Hello, Love Wrestling. It's Thursday night. It's 8 p.m. And you know what that means. It's another new episode of Between Two Beards.
Can we start off with the biggest news of the week? The Rats lost! If you've got the budget, I've got the time.
There he is.
Hey, boss!
There's the boss.
Hey!
The man with the finest beard on this screen.
Canadian men, boys, shut the hell up. Let me talk.
You see, the Rads are resourceful. When I got beef with somebody, I can find a way to talk to them.
And listen between two beers.
Hello, Love Wrestling. It is Thursday night.
No, it's not.
It
No.
is 8 p.m.
No, it's definitely not.
It is
Did you
a
not-
new episode of Between Two Beers.
Okay, that's true. That's a fact. Did you not get the memo? Did you not?
I'm here.
Get
I'm here.
Yeah, I just figured you were always here.
Kinda. It feels like that
Um,
sometimes.
So it's the first time in the history of this show, 193 episodes, that we are live on a non-Thursday
Mm.
for Between Two Beards, because we'll be in Indianapolis traveling tomorrow for the Royal Rumble weekend, and we wanted to give you some fun content, and we figured we would just do it live for the first time ever on a Wednesday. It's weird. This feels weird. Dustin, you are correct. It is way past my bedtime. I don't know what I'm doing. New Music Inferno. Are we live today instead of tomorrow? Yes, for the first time ever. And new
First
Music
time ever.
Inferno. If
First
you had
time ever.
seen our socials, we have two very special guests today,
Mm-hmm.
because one of the guests that we usually have in this spot is retired or something or another. I don't know. I think she's retired. But we have two awesome guests replacing her. Do you want to announce them?
Well,
Sorry,
I mean,
she
yeah.
took a shot at me on the internet.
Did she take a shot at you on the internet? Is that a
It was
thing?
rude. She said the graphic was rude. I thought it was
I thought it
pretty
was
dope.
hilarious. I thought it was hilarious.
fantastic.
But yes,
that was hard work.
I'd say you. First of all, I wasn't expecting that, and then I saw it, and I was like, "Wow!" I was like, went all out for that one. But yes, we have two fabulous
First
guests
time ever, Wednesday
this
night,
evening.
baby.
We have two pals of ours. We have Ella J and Auntie Collins that we're gonna bring on here.
Boom.
They are here with us this evening. How are you both doing?
I'm here.
Love it.
It's
We love it.
Wednesday night.
JPJ, you should have known today wasn't a Thursday because I'm here.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
Fun
That's really
fact.
one of the unfortunate things that we are live on Thursdays is because Ella is
I-
never available.
Can I?
on
Yeah.
Thursdays.
So we had pitched. So usually we have you guys on and we preview pay-per-views or PLEs or whatever it may be, but we didn't. We couldn't figure out how to do it. And I remember at the end of 2024, Love Wrestling put out a beautiful graphic for us at Between Two Beards, past guests. And Auntie was like, "I'm not on there. I was on the show," and we had to
Yeah.
tell her like, "No, you weren't on the official Beard show. You were on a preview show." So we're rectifying that right now.
Right
This
now.
is Auntie Collins, a first official debut or whatever you want to call it on Between Two Beards. How's it feel?
I feel like my face is a little too clean shaven.
It's true.
I mean,
It's true.
you need to
It's
get
okay.
that beard game up like Ella.
Josh, I think you're doing the Amish. Looking like you're rocking the Amish look right.
All right.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Get a
Spencer
little...
Love's in the house.
Oh, I like
Amanda's
that.
in the
That too
house.
is nice. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Sounds
But
good.
yeah.
That's pretty good.
So this is.
But yes, we're
so this
obviously
isn't our
very
normal
excited.
8 o'clock. But I will say this: I forgot to also mention that if you're here now and you're like, "Oh, I need something to do tomorrow at 8 o'clock," Love Wrestling, Clandestine Wrestling Society, they partner up on Thursday nights and they have themselves a little wrestling show, and they're going to do it live at 8 o'clock for free right here on YouTube. So you'll want to check that out.
So you know,
Wow,
that's pretty good. Yeah, free's the best. Free's the best.
Taking a nap tomorrow.
Yeah, and we got some good. We got some good matches on that show. Like you're getting a free wrestling show in the spot that we usually are because we decided to do it here this evening. So, but yeah, we're going to be talking Royal Rumble. That is Saturday. That's the big buzz and all that fun stuff. But there's some other news that happened in the wrestling world this week. We found out earlier today that Triple H is going to be the headliner in the 2025 class of the Hall of Fame. They surprised him. They were at some sort of event. I don't know what the event was. I apologize.
I just watched the video of it.
I did too.
Who is nominating? Like, I need to know this board.
I assume, yes. Well, this was clearly done behind. I bet you if he was asked, he probably would have said no.
Nick Khan.
I think it was Nick Khan. I think Triple H said he was going to fight him when he saw him or something like that. So, but we did find out that Triple H is the headliner of the 2025 class. Obviously deserved.
100%.
Much deserved to be a headliner, like an all-timer, you know?
100% deserved. He's awesome. He's fantastic. But I find it really funny that he's in the Hall of Fame before the guy before him would have. This is a total, like, I'd put myself in there. Vince would have put himself in there, but he didn't. And Trips, I know Trips is saying it was behind his back, but it's still kind of funny. But well deserved. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. Who's gonna bring him out? Who's gonna be the inductee?
If it's not Shawn Michaels,
Sean and Stephanie probably.
Yeah, I was gonna say Sean or Steph, right? It's got to be Sean or Steph.
It's a good shout.
I would think. Yeah, I was talking about this the other night because I was just like, who would have thought? Just these two guys running around in DX, mooning people, telling people to suck it, and all these things. 30 years later, they're running the whole effing place, man.
I would have never thought.
Just running the whole place, and it's like this is unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
I need to know. I need to know the number of
Not
how many
only
kids
running the place, dominating.
Yeah.
But like, how many kids in school got suspended, expelled, detention?
I was one. I was in 6th grade when I was rear age, prime age.
I need to know.
Be telling everyone to. I told the nuns to suck it.
Wow.
I went to a Catholic school. I got in trouble for telling a nun to
the crazy thing is, JPJ, that was last week. We were at a Costco.
True. I was getting a double chocolate chunk cookie. What do you want from me?
But
no, but like, that's true. Like, it's just crazy. Listen, I went to a Catholic school 1st through 8th grade. We had nun teachers. Not all of them. Not all of them. Yeah, but some of them were sisters.
Oh,
yeah. So
Whoopi Goldberg?
No, they were not as cool as
Like
that.
Sister
Trust me.
Act?
If they were as cool as the nuns in Sister Act, I would have had a much better time. Sister Act 2, still one of the all-time great sequels of all the times ever in history.
It's better than the first.
It is, and that is a very rare feat in the movie game. Anyway, what a great movie.
The Beards and Ladies. Yes, we are.
Yeah, we're here.
We're here on a Wednesday night for the first time ever. We couldn't think of a better way to do it.
I love being here for a first time ever. Makes me feel really special.
Your first time we go live on because we have prided ourselves at 8 o'clock every Thursday for the last 3 years. We have been.
If it makes you feel any better, Collins, I've been on here a few times and I'm still not even in their intro. So
listen.
Well, any complaints about intro or not intro, CC Smarkmouth on any social media?
It would be him. See, that's personal. Me and him have personal beef, so that adds up.
Blowing off stream beef.
He goes,
Or is it in
Smart
power?
Mouth
Is
on
it go all the way back
Alien.
to?
Smart.mouth on Instagram.
Does it go all the way back to the power days? Or is it
No,
is
we
it
were
really
we were
blowing off
cool
screen
then.
smack?
I think it's because I resigned from. Is that why? Like,
That was it. He was
damn,
like,
okay, Zach.
they betrayed me. I'm done. I'm done.
Listen,
Oh, I don't
Ella,
think-
you
I
are
don't
forever
think
in
it's
my
been-
intro of life.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Listen, then when
She
we get a
made
new
it.
freshed up intro, guess what?
Yeah.
You don't got to worry about that anymore. Guaranteed.
That's
Well, I
Guaranteed.
will say this, and I don't know. I mean, I have no inside information on anything, but we're coming close to 200. We got that intro for the 100th episode.
Yeah, I feel like
Oh.
every 100 episodes is a good time
Okay.
for a
Okay.
refresh.
so in time for
Refresh.
Mania.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah. And we have to have the running gag that every time we show
Jose
a
on the
picture
other side of
of
the house.
the retired one, we can't show the face on the thing. So even in the intro,
Listen, how
If
many
that
times?
happens, I'll die.
That was funny. I texted
Yeah.
her. She was sleeping.
See?
I
Yeah.
texted her
Yeah.
right when I saw it, and she saw it at like 1 a.m.
and she was upset.
She's
She was
the
upset.
only one.
So I
was
was
upset.
a
She's the only
snitch.
one who did not find
she,
that.
she was upset.
funny.
And Spencer, look at
I
Spencer
thought
says, "Don't
about
worry, Ella. I
tagging.
still have long hair
That
in the
is
intro.
true,
I still have
Spencer.
long hair in the intro." So, the retired one, yes, the retired.
Also, in our intro, it's the Rads are still mad at us.
yeah, we're
which
friends
is
now.
not
We're friends
currently.
now. So,
I'm sure
Yeah.
TFA has since shaved since then.
yes, but listen, I don't know how she does it, but
Name
every time we meet her,
redacted,
she.
the retired one.
Yeah,
Wow.
exactly. But, other news in WWE this
I'm
week.
just I'm sorry. I gotta say, I'm
Pluggo
just so happy
is going to go
that
at Kim-
other people
is going to
really
go at
enjoyed that.
Kimmy forever of all time.
I'm so happy
So,
that people enjoyed
it's-
that.
that's-
Not just me.
yeah.
What
had a
am
good
I?
laugh make- I had a good
Jeez.
laugh making.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean nothing to you. Well,
No,
Me?
that's not true. What?
You mean everything
on.
to me? What are you talking about?
how good.
Yeah.
That was not just to fish some compliments, but thank you.
I think
Fish away. We get them out here.
what? Reel it in.
I've never gone fishing, so
In this
No,
day and
not
age,
once?
Take all the
Not
compliments
once.
you
Not
can
one
get,
time.
whether-
I live in the Pacific Northwest, and I've never gone fishing.
I was
Never
going to
gone
say
ice
you're in. Yeah,
fishing?
you're in
Never gone fishing. Sorry, I don't
I
like
will tell you this.
camping. I don't like fishing.
that. I'm not saying I like these things. Deep sea fishing, though. I don't know. Anybody's
Is it a
had
rite
the
of
privilege.
passage? Did I?
Yeah,
did I
kind of
miss
where
it?
I'm at. I'm like 20 minutes from the beach, right? Where I live. Now, I'm not a big beach guy. I like the beach, but I'm not a big beach guy. Like I'm a guy, if I'm going to the beach, I'm getting in the water, we're having a good time. I'm not a, hey, let's go lay out in the hot blazing sun for 9
Okay.
hours and read. That is
I'm gonna
not
need-
an enjoyable
Actually-
day for me. Sounds peaceful.
Collins, I'm gonna need you to explain this. Someone say fish. If
Uh-oh.
you know, you know. Cough, Collins, cough.
I can't even do it.
What does that mean?
There we go. It's a straight people.
Oh, I know. I'm the worst.
Okay,
Is it a
when someone is saying that they are fishy, like, oh, I'm fish. It's- It so when somebody's drag is very fishy, it means that it's
not great.
no, it means
Oh.
it's can I say the CUNT word?
Oh,
It's,
with the Y at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, got
Okay.
it. Got
So
it.
it's like
that'll
they're-
work.
right. So
Got it.
their
This
so
is a
their
family
drag is very
program.
fishy. So
Got
it's
it.
like they could be either
I get it.
oh my god.
No, I get it. No, I get
This
it.
is
I get
so
it.
Why don't you just
embarrassing.
say
I
the
get it.
C
Why am I
word?
so embarrassed about
I
my
don't
own
know.
culture?
Yeah, just you
Jeez.
talk freely
Yeah,
about
I
it. One of
don't
my best
know.
friends
Sorry.
one of my best friends is a drag queen in Boston.
Listen, I aspire my life to be
Yeah. She won Miss Boston 2024. One of my best friends in life.
that's really cool.
His
Love
name
that.
is Justin, but his queen name is oh my god. It's the one. Yeah,
This is
it's-
incredible.
Miss
I love it.
Boston 2024.
The straights
Loopy
are making me have to explain gay culture.
No, that's not true. It's not true. We're here. We're fun.
Listen,
We are
Okay.
fun.
But I just
would
taught you
argue that
something.
I'm just old and don't know all of this.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Do you know fun fact, fun queer history fact for
Yes.
you. They're a part of the queer revolution in Seattle, huge revolution in the 60s and 70s. There was the first gay bar was named after somebody's leg, because during a pride parade, she's a lesbian, she's doing an act or whatever, a fireman's hose blasts and destroyed her leg.
Like off.
Yeah, like off.
Like went flying off.
And
that's
yes.
horrendous. Wow,
So
I can't even imagine
the
that
money
scene.
raised by the queer, right? The money raised by the queer community helped, get her prosthetic and all the things, and the leftover funds, she opened up a safe space for queer people in Capitol Hill, and it was the first queer bar in Seattle. But I just think it's not like a hate crime. It's a huge accident that happened during a parade. But to think that started a huge revolution in the United States as well as in Seattle is just
that's a very cool story.
Incredible.
Yeah,
you're welcome.
That's you.
I didn't
Thank
need
you
to tell
for
you
sharing
that story.
No, that's
You're
fine.
welcome.
I'm glad you did. I did not know that. That's a cool ass story. That's a cool ass story.
What was that laugh?
That's her laugh.
Listen,
what?
I don't know. I don't know.
She's like, I told you a really cool story.
I told you a good story. Let me just laugh like a witch over here.
I love it. I love it all.
You do you.
All right.
So news, huh?
Oh my gosh.
Well, there we go. Someone in the comment just said it gave the gay community a leg up.
Auntie's Martini is following me.
It's a great comment. It's a great comment.
I love it.
It's a great comment.
I love it.
Oh, all right.
I wish I was that clever. That's all.
Like that is just witty right off the top like that. Like just tremendous. They're still going.
If you egg them on, they will continue.
They're still going.
It's my favorite. It's
All right.
my
Gay
favorite.
community.
Ella, I love you so much.
Okay.
It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke.
So we've discovered that beards on a Wednesday night after 10:30 is even more.
It's
often
after
than
dark. What do you
Thursday.
expect?
It's beards after dark. We can do
You
what we
invited
want.
me on the show called Beards. I mean, that's so perfect.
No, I'm
for
just
me.
letting everybody know that we're out kicking our normal coverage here tonight, which
We are.
is
iconic.
We're doing great things.
All right.
There was a report earlier this week that one Jordan Grace, news we all knew was coming. Let's be real. But Jordan Grace is officially heading towards WWE. I expect to see her Saturday evening, to be honest with you. But that's very cool that it seems like it's official that Jordan Grace will be in there. And then I heard some people saying, to me, Jordan Grace to me is just main roster right away. Like I don't.
Nick Khan confirmed it. Today
Okay.
at whatever
Okay.
the HQ thing was.
All right, very good.
Yeah.
Did not see that. That is very good because I was very of the belief. I was like, they would do. She would absolutely crush it in NXT if they wanted to do that. That's fine. I don't feel a need for her to go down there.
She already did that. Her
Yeah.
trial's over.
They already did that. She looks like she belongs wherever they want.
I think that she would go down to NXT if it was for like only a couple weeks or like maybe like to continue to put over Julia. However, there's no need.
Yeah,
there's no need.
They have enough depth she doesn't
There's
even
also-
need to go after Julia.
Correct.
As much as we talk about how stacked the NXT women's rosters, there is some glaring holes on the main rosters. where
Those
she
will
would
soon be
fit in.
filled. Mhm.
Right, but she's gonna fill one of those spots. And
Yeah,
it's gonna,
absolutely.
wherever she ends up, it's gonna be awesome. She's gonna have good feuds. It'll be a nice. I'm gonna be preaching her first title defense. She better fucking win it. Make a statement. Let's go. Don't do this thing where we're like,
yeah, we got a bunch of people. We got a bunch of people in the chat saying that she posted that she's out of town throwing her mom a
And then
surprise
Fightful
birthday
clocked
party.
back by saying she will 100% be in Indianapolis after that. So
Yeah,
This
Yeah,
is my favorite rumor
Yeah.
mill time of the year.
Of course it
Nothing
is.
is off limits.
No.
She tried
No.
that last year after the reports came out that she was somewhere else when we all knew she wasn't. So
Yeah.
Fightful immediately clocked. I believe it was Fightful anyway. It clocked back. No, Jordan Grace is 100% gonna be in Indianapolis.
Yeah, I would expect it. I would expect it. So again, yeah, another huge.
I like that though. I like that.
I do too.
Yeah,
do too.
yeah. I get
do
it,
too.
you know.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. And then, you know, there's the other. Okay. So obviously we're going to talk about the Rumble and all the stuff like that. But I do feel like this Rumble, we obviously know Charlotte Flair is coming back in the Rumble because we've seen the vignettes and she was announced and stuff like that. But we also have like a bunch of different looming returns potentially, especially it feels like on the women's side, way more than the men's, because we have a Becky Lynch, we have Asuka stuff floating out there, we have the Alexa Bliss stuff, and now we have the rumors about that contract stuff. I don't know if that's to throw us off the scent or if it's real or whatever. And those are three other giant names that could potentially be returning in this Royal Rumble with Charlotte, with Jordan Grace, maybe a Jade Cargill coming back as well. There's just, it feels like, yeah. So, you know, as we go into to start talking about the Rumble as a whole, maybe we start with the Women's Rumble. We only have 10
and I want you guys
names.
to give me your absolutely bonkers off the wall entrance.
Oh,
Don't
I have
give me
a
the
whole.
Charlottes. Don't
I was gonna,
give me
yeah, I
the
want to dive into
Alexas.
this. Yes.
I want.
I
have
prepared.
my women. I'm so prepared for the men's. On the other hand, all I got is a winner.
Let's go.
The women, though, I got a whole bunch of theories.
Okay, well, that's what I want. I want us to dive deep into this stuff because there's only 4 matches on the card, so we got time, and I want to talk about it because as of right now, and again, I assume we will get some more names. I almost said tomorrow night because I'm used to this being Thursday, Friday night on SmackDown. I'm sure we'll at least get a couple to maybe a handful of more names on both sides. But as of right now, we only have 10 names in the women's. So we have 2/3 of the field up for debate, up for discussion of who we think's gonna be.
Chat, I like where your head's at. We got a Mickey James, we got Masha, we got
Masha.
Cross.
That would be great.
Go crazy.
And we do have the TNA factor for both of these two with that stuff going on.
Mickey is in Indianapolis. She will be there.
She
now
be at the WrestleCon doing that.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know if they're going to be around. One for me, when you say an off the wall one, I would love to see Gail Kim. I would love to see Gail Kim pop in there as kind of like a, okay.
She was seen in Natalia's dojo.
Yeah.
Not too long ago.
I would love to see that. Obviously, I want to hear what you guys have to say. Ella, I know you said you're.
Because I said off the wall.
I was singing. Light it up. Light it. Light it.
That's the
light
big
it.
one, right? That's the big one. That's
He used
the big
all
one.
caps, so I
but-
thought he was yelling.
Basically, Ella, do you want to go first?
AJ Lee has become the new CM.
So what
Punk
are we
to me,
talking
where
about?
I
Just
fell for the CM
returns right
Punk.
now?
Yeah, whatever you want, Ella. This is
just in general. Like, who do you like? Yeah, we can kind of just dive into. You said you got a whole list of.
Yeah, she has.
Yeah,
things you got going on over there.
She has a
tweet- I have
PowerPoint
a tweet
presentation.
prepared. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like, yeah, talk to me about what you're thinking
The
about
reason
this
this
Rumble.
show is happening is because you told us you're like, I want to talk the Rumble. Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
So let's go.
I kind of wanted. I mean, it's all over the place. We're talking returns. Then, so like Jordan Grace is like a pretty much like gimme. It's surprise, but not really a surprise. I think you know how at Survivor Series they announced Randy Orton ahead of time because Punk, right? Like you didn't want to get two big surprises, one to overshadow the other. They already announced Charlotte Flair's return, right? Similarly to what they did to Randy and then Punk. And so for me, the only person, like I love Charlotte. She's actually my winner pick for the Women's Rumble, which we'll get into in a little bit. I feel like the only reason they would announce Charlotte ahead of time is for somebody bigger. And to me, the only person bigger than her is Becky Lynch. I have Becky Lynch returning at number 30 in the Women's Royal Rumble. To me, she is the only person that is like, granted, Trish Stratus is also going to be there, and there's rumors she could be a part of it. But to me, the only person bigger than Charlotte Flair is Becky Lynch. That could get it, that would be an even bigger surprise. So I have Becky returning here. I don't know the whole Alexa contract situation. That doesn't seem to be resolved. So I think we're not going to get her here. Nikki Bella would be fun. There's a lot, there's been reports of them being in talks. Obviously, AJ Lee. I mean, granted, okay, AJ Lee could also be that big surprise.
Yeah, I was going to mention
Becky. It could be AJ Lee too as well. I think Becky is more realistic. I also saw recently that Jazz returned to action at TNA, and Jazz obviously, I think, wasn't Jazz at WWE World last year, like signing autographs and stuff? So she's back in the WWE bubble. She just wrestled at TNA. Maybe that was kind of like a trial run to maybe shake off the ring rust. Jazz would be a fun one. That's just a surprise.
Caitlin Clark, the
Imagine.
Indianapolis. I think there's a chance in the men's side we'll see Halliburton. Though.
Yeah,
I think that's a real thing. But we'll get there. Well, I want to throw out they just showed her on SmackDown recently. What about like a Victoria for one of the legend? Is that a possible? She was just on a SmackDown. They just showed her. I wouldn't mind her getting into the Hall of Fame sooner than later.
I think it would be Hall of Fame, not Rumble.
Yeah, I was thinking they have those legend because. I'm trying to think of
she will be in Indianapolis.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
They throw her over the rope.
Yeah,
at that moment that she's in for like a minute, like Hall of Fame inductee, and you're like, oh,
yeah. Auntie, what are some surprises you think you're hoping we see?
So I think that there's going to be an Asuka return. I think even just her posting the thing, prefacing, "Hey, don't touch me, please stop," coming around me, whatever. First off, if you are watching this and you are a creep, do not follow or stalk wrestlers. That's weird. Don't go to their hotel rooms. Don't, follow them around this weekend. That is weird. Most likely, if you, hey, wrestler name, can you sign this autograph for me? I would really like it. They will do it. Don't follow them. That's weird. That's weird. If you see them going to the bathroom, don't follow them. That's weird.
Don't pull a Randy Orton like that kid in the bathroom, that photo, like taking a selfie in the mirror while Randy's washing his hands.
Yeah.
Very weird.
It's weird. But I think Asuka being more active on social media is a sign that she is ready. So I think that we're going to see an Asuka return. I would love to see a Becky return. Would it be really cool that Becky is 30? That would be great. But pick for a return-ish, just for one night only, would be AJ Lee. But here's also the thing. I was always a Bella's fan, right? Like Nikki and Brie, I was more on their side than AJ Lee, but AJ Lee had so much left in the tank when she retired that I think that this would be great for the fans. She looks incredible from what we've seen, sprinkled in social media. But come on.
She's still in her late 30s. So.
Yeah. I think she's also
said Peyton Royce. I would love to see the Iconics, but
someone said
they were pregnant.
Yes. Well, someone said the Iconics and Peyton Royce just she had a baby in June. So
yeah, that's
I don't
not that much.
Yeah. So
6 months. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
that's
obvious.
Carmella. I mean, I know
Carmella would be wonderful.
She was dealing with a thing called drop foot syndrome, which has to do with the nerves and stuff like that. I don't know of any updates. It's been a while since she's given any updates, but I know she was working towards an in-ring return. She would be really fun. If you're going to this would be the place to do the Jade Cargill return, and then she reveals who attacked her by eliminating them in the Rumble.
Yeah, that would be incredible.
The place to do it.
I think about that So this is the first women's Rumble. Yeah, the first women's Rumble was 2018, right? So this is the 7th or 8th women's Rumble. Yeah. And not that I don't like seeing these women in the Rumble, but we've seen Molly Holly a lot of times. We've seen Michelle McCool a lot of times. Yeah. We've seen a lot of Kelly has been in a lot of these.
That's why
I think about where's Eve Torres? Where's Caitlyn?
Caitlyn was a alternate in 2022. Okay. I think when there was a bunch of legends, I believe she was an alternate that year.
Yeah, so I think about Layla. What's Layla?
Layla's been doing so many podcasts talking about the Rumble lately.
Like give me
So, like,
Layla.
Cameron was just teasing today too.
Yes.
Like, give
Yeah, I
Cameron
saw the Cameron. She
or like
she looks
re-sign
good.
Cameron. Yeah.
When I think about like the legend spots, and I don't want there to be, I would rather them put NXT girls in there.
I think
than
we get
legends.
Roxanne. I feel like that's a foregone conclusion.
I think Roxanne's
we
a
get
definite.
Sol Ruca.
Here's the thing.
I think we get Cora Jade too. To
Good
be honest
Lash
with you.
Legend too. I think they've been.
I think we're gonna get a bunch.
I don't want NXT it to be completely inundated with NXT. I think
That's
a couple,
Yeah.
but they've done that before where they've been like NXT person and the crowd reaction is crickets.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't want that. What a terrible first Rumble experience for them. And there's nothing.
Yeah, it's fair. That's fair.
Do we see, speaking of nothing, so that's what I was thinking is when Shotzi came up, because for me, Shotzi's a big deal. She was in the indie scene here. I've worked shows with her, but when she debuted at the Rumble, people were like,
Yeah. My thing is, like, don't you want to get so Roxanne? I think Roxanne eliminates Bailey, and I think that's their WrestleMania.
Yes.
I think that's
That's
the
the
WrestleMania
WrestleMania.
match.
Mhm.
I think that's where we should go then. I think a Sol Ruca or a Cora Jade, like someone who's, something like
Cora
that.
Jade, yeah.
Cora Jade, a Sol Ruca. Do you think that we get the typical, like we're going to put the NXT women's champion in, like Julia or one of like the big, do we see a Vicar?
If it between Stephanie and Julie, I think you put Stephanie in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because she doesn't have title. Granted, she's a title match, but she's not holding gold right now. You know?
Because I'm thinking
I think you put Stephanie in there if you're going to put one of them in there.
I wouldn't put either one of them in there if you don't have intentions of bringing them up. Just because keep them in NXT doing their thing. Because once you start teasing that main roster, we're gonna want it. And what they're doing some awesome stuff right now in NXT, and I don't want to be like, oh my god, put her on the main roster.
It's a spot wasted if it's just inundated with NXT talent. And I'm not saying that NXT talent isn't over. They're not talented. That's not what I'm
Auntie
saying.
Collins hates NXT.
No, I really like the NXT girlies. They are so fire.
Last year we only had two, wasn't it? Just Roxanne and Tiffany last year.
Only when they know.
I think it was
their
two,
place
and then the
stay
year
on the
before we only
NXT
had three.
roster.
Okay.
The year before we had Indy, Zoe, and Roxanne. I think last year we only had Roxanne and Tiffany, unless I'm misremembering.
Yeah. And then Jose, our pal Jose in the chat is saying that 2019 was one where there was too much NXT in the Rumble.
Yes. Thank you. See, this is my thing.
But that was also that they
everything
were trying to
blends
push them as a third brand, like a third brand to go against AEW. Because they won Survivor Series that year, if I'm not mistaken, too.
Yes.
Dude, that whole thing was bananas because the only reason that happened was because of the plane fiasco.
I was there that SmackDown the day the plane was stuck.
Yeah,
and we had I was there live.
And then they were like,
my favorite.
They were like, "Fuck, we got to get the NXT people to fill in. We don't have enough bodies." And it turned out to be like the hottest thing they did in years.
That Danielson versus Adam Cole match.
Oh,
I'm still waiting for that. Like round 2.
Baby.
Let's go.
That whole week, Adam Cole.
Yeah.
Adam Cole fought everybody that week. He had fought what Seth on Raw. He fought like all 3 shows. He had banger matches.
That's Naomi this week. She's missing 4
I know.
matches.
Can I just say, Naomi has been on fucking fire for like the last like 3 months. Like on fire.
She deserves it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So that's kind of like,
she's
all right.
on
So now
fire. They're putting her on fire because when Jade comes back and reveals that she's back,
I was gonna say, now let's get into
down the card you go.
All right.
Let's get. Well, I don't know about that. I think it's gonna be Bianca.
I hope you had your fun, Naomi, because Jade.
All right.
It should be Bianca. All right. So let's kind of dive into the meat.
It should be Bianca, but it's not gonna be. I love me.
Obviously,
Naomi,
we all have our picks of who we think is going to win. I don't know if we want to talk Final Four, how we think it's going to happen, but when we talk about the people that have realistic chances to win this Women's Royal Rumble, obviously you have to talk about a lot of things because we hear the WrestleMania plan rumors and we hear this match is being discussed. Now Tiffany and Charlotte is being discussed. So does that mean Charlotte wins the Rumble, or is she going to win Elimination Chamber? And maybe who wins the Rumble is going to face Rhea, or we're hearing Bianca and Rhea. It's too early. Save that shit. That should be built up.
SummerSlam. That's SummerSlam.
That needs to match that needs to be built up for like 6 months. Like, don't rush that
We
shit.
need time.
It's the biggest match you have one-on-one in the ladies' side of things, in my opinion, is Rhea and Bianca. Like, save that for
it's
when
too
you can tell it
complicated
for a
right now with
long
the
time.
titles,
How
with
about
Jade
this
returning.
question?
So I don't
Yeah.
think they're doing Rhea and Bianca.
They should not.
Yeah.
If you won the Women's Royal Rumble, why would you want to challenge Rhea? Just
I
Tiffany seems like
want
an easier option.
Jordan
right now,
Grace
anyway.
to win the Elimination Chamber, but like do it how they did Shayna in 2020 and just eliminate everyone.
Yeah.
I want that.
That was a cool
Well,
And then
well,
she can get a WrestleMania. Yeah. With Rhea.
Well, earlier
That's what I want.
Yeah, Ella, you said that you are picking Charlotte to win. So Charlotte is your winner as of this moment. Is that the final answer, or do you finalize that?
No,
that's
no,
final
no,
answer.
no, that's final for me.
That's
It's
final.
one of 3 people. And it, like, again, it's hard not to like look at the rumors and stuff. If the plan is Charlotte and Tiffany, and then I've been hearing buzz about maybe Io and Rhea. Personally, I think the smarter move is to have put Io in Chamber. She can do all those high flying spots. We've already seen her in War Games. I think that's more entertaining. And I'm not Charlotte girly, but I think Io winning Chamber is more entertaining, and you could have so many other high flying spots. So I would have Io win Chamber, then go on to challenge Rhea. So by default, then, if you're going based on reports and rumors and stuff, I have Charlotte win. I know people are thinking maybe Roxanne and Bailey, but I think Roxanne is a dark horse to win, because if this is going to be the first year that you have like a call up or NXT person win, like Roxanne is a great pick. She has history with both Tiffany and Rhea Ripley. She's wrestled both of them. I think that would be kind of like out of the box, and that'd be a hell of a way for a call up. It would be kind of a first NXT girl to win the Royal Rumble. So I think Roxanne is a dark horse, but I have Charlotte ultimately winning Rumble and Io winning Chamber.
That's nice. No, I'm being
Sorry.
serious. God,
sorry.
No,
that was so genuine. It sounded ungenuine.
Yeah.
You were so like,
that is so nice.
That was so
you
genuine.
really
that it sounded
propped
not
Ella
real.
up on that one. That's nice.
Gosh, Ella, I didn't mean it. Jeez.
Oh man.
No, I like that.
What,
I like that.
That's like when somebody goes, I love that for you.
I love that for you. If out of all the NXT girlies that have potential to come up, Roxanne would be the one to be able to carry that possible win. However, I don't know if I see it. Feels too like in the stars for Charlotte. Then I know that you said that. Feels too in the stars with how everything has been set up. How I like the parallels with the Randy Orton at Survivor Series. But another person who could win is Bianca, but I think it would be too early.
It's complicated too, with the title still around them, the whole Jade. You need closure to that storyline, and doing that in 2 months seems a bit tricky.
It seems tricky, but that's assuming that either Rhea or Tiffany doesn't lose their title belts between now and April.
Okay.
It's been done, just not for the women before.
Yeah.
So
Dustin in the chat says Nia, Bianca, and Shayna all hold the record for most eliminations with 8.
Correct.
And he asked, do you think that gets beaten this year? Yes, Jordan Grace.
Jordan Grace
is going to beat it.
Jordan Grace comes out number 1 or number 2.
I think Jordan Grace is going to have the most, at least going to have the most eliminations in this Rumble. I don't know if it'll beat the record.
I want
if I had to pick,
number
I would
1
say
or number
yes.
2.
But
because she came out pretty early last year, right?
Yeah, I think 4 or 5. It was very early. I think it was 5.
I got a different part 1 and 2. Okay.
But I think, because there are some people, and you said it earlier, Collins, like, so there are some people that are like, oh, Jordan Grace should win the whole thing.
Yeah.
and have her and Rhea and like a big, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, that would be a hell of a way to debut somebody. I mean, we saw
Absolutely.
her, that'd be amazing. I don't think that's going to happen. I do think maybe a final 4 for her would be fitting, or most eliminations. She does eliminate a ton of people, breaks a record.
Yeah.
And they really commentary hone in on that. And, I feel like that's what we're going to get out of Jordynne Grace is either either an Iron Woman or most eliminations or final 4. It's going to be a standout performance.
So last year,
you could still do Charlotte and Tiffany without, Charlotte doesn't need
I agree.
a win to get it.
I agree.
Match. Give it to Jordynne, make a statement. You get Jordynne and Rhea and Charlotte and Tiffany at WrestleMania. That's pretty good. It's pretty good, especially.
I don't think we do.
Rock intro,
I don't think
you got to load the card, right?
Do we do a 4-way for any of the women's titles or no?
Maybe a US or Intercontinental. I don't think.
Wait a minute.
Or a tag title thing. What?
Was my death? Oh no! Who is that?
Who is this?
I don't know who that is. I've never. I think that's strange.
That's very bizarre.
Are we gonna talk? Are we gonna discuss the promotion?
It's worded weird.
Was
allegedly, I think that this person bought sunscreen today, and that might have been drinking it.
So are you saying that you laughed so hard at the promotion for this show that you died, and it's like a figure of speech? Or somebody did you give?
Is it more like the Sims death?
Wow, now they're insulting.
I told her she's a zombie now.
Now they're insulting us, calling us dum-dums.
Listen, when you like pass away, you can have somebody on your account to like take care of it for you once you've passed away. Is this Kimmy's dad?
Where the hell are we going?
What is happening?
You mean they get there when you die? When you die,
so on,
they get your social media accounts. That's how that works.
I could put Mrs. Pluggo as like a person I could
beneficiary of your Facebook account.
Yeah, there's.
Jose has a theory too. It looks like.
Oh yeah.
About Jordynne and Naomi.
Oh yeah. So Jose says if Jordynne and Naomi are not 1 and 2, if Jordynne and Mickie James are at 1 and 2. The last rodeo, the first 2 knockout champions to enter the Rumble under TNA contract. That'd be fun.
I feel like mine is
that big spotlight on TNA right out the gate.
I don't.
Why
think so,
not?
personally.
Why not? They did a deal.
I know they did a deal.
The deal.
Do they want to give that 1 and 2? And I'm only asking because that 1 and 2 for the last few years has been like a real like AJ and Shinsuke 1 year. It's been something that's like been.
Naomi returned last year at 2.
Naomi did return last year.
There's different. There's like 3 different ways they can do it. Either 1 and 2 is like rivals or like former rivals, like Jimmy and Jay, or there's a veteran and like a call up like Bianca and then Lacey was the 1 year, or it's a veteran and then a returning like we had Sasha and Melina the 1 year. I think that for me, I think they're going the rivals route. I have Io being the Iron Woman coming in at number 1. And then I might not get the biggest pop. I think Zoe Stark is a number 2. She's solid in the ring. I know. It seems very out of field, but like if you go off one of those 3 themes, like I guess they could have a return, but they just did a big return last year at number 2. So I think they're going the rivals route this year.
Everything Pro Wrestling in the chat said, what about Bayley and Roxanne being 1 and 2?
I mean, Bayley was number 3
Bayley
last
was
year.
3 last year.
Yeah, I feel like Bayley would be later this year just because she was so early last year.
Is Liv Morgan going to be the runner-up again this year?
I think she's final 4.
No.
I would. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be quite the impressive streak to be the runner-up. She'd be the Buffalo Bills of the Women's Royal Rumble. Hey,
wow. How are you going to do that? How are you going to do that with Ella here? Why? Jose and Ella are here. You got to do that? Come on, bro.
Wow.
Just don't
Come on, bro.
I think you got to pay penance.
What is that about, bro? That was
Venmo $5 right now.
There you go. I'm putting this one on the chat. I don't care if he didn't pay for it. He didn't pay for it. He didn't pay for it.
I'm
He
not,
didn't pay
guys.
for it.
I really
Deserve
don't
it.
care.
That's fine. Still though,
I'm not that big of a football
go get
person,
kissed
so
my-
like,
I'll
I'm
go
not.
kiss my
I'm
ass.
not upset about it personally. I'm
It's
not
okay.
devastated by it.
I'm upset about it. As someone who doesn't root for any of those teams, I'm upset about it because now I gotta either sit there and want either the friggin' Philadelphia Eagles and their despicable fan base, or the Chiefs. Kiss my ass.
I
Anyway,
hope both teams lose.
I'm rooting for the Meteor.
Unfortunately, it doesn't work
But that's
like
just
that,
me.
though.
That's just me. I'm rooting for the
Jose,
Meteor.
Jose,
but
that's why
just
we're
sorry.
hosting the. That's why we're
That's
hosting
fucked
the
up.
Rumble. They
That's
knew that
fucked
date
up. I'm
would be
sorry.
wide open.
I didn't. That's fucked up. But seriously, I am rooting for the Meteor. Oh God,
The
They
meteor.
booed
That's in the
Santa
sky?
Claus. Yeah, like that would end everything. Yes,
I'm
yes.
sorry,
that's what
that
I'm
was
rooting for.
I didn't understand it.
That's
Now
what
I
I'm
get
rooting
it.
for. That's what I'm
Thank
rooting for.
you.
I'm rooting. Yeah.
That was great. That was fantastic.
But I will say, Philadelphia sports fans booed Santa Claus and whipped batteries at him.
What?
Correct. It happened when I was a child.
Santa?
Yes, it happened when I was a child, and to this day, I have rooted for nothing but sadness for Philadelphia.
Jeez.
This day,
I like
that-
that
you-
Jose
you don't
was
outgrow
blaming
that.
The Colts in the chat,
You don't
and I just don't like the Colts. So it's
Oh,
fine with me.
anyway, Jose,
Kimmy
you
thinks
just
the final four is Bailey, Roxanne, Becky, and I think Charlotte eliminates Becky to get back at her for 2019.
That would be so good. I like that. I
Oh.
like the way you think there, Ella.
I don't know about Bailey and Roxanne in the final four. That's possible. I think Roxanne eliminates Bailey at some point.
Yes,
I don't
I
know.
think
if it's in
that's
the
what
final
happens.
four though.
yes, I think that definitely happens.
Bianca,
Mm.
Charlotte,
Yep.
Jordan,
Mm.
Becky, or Bailey. I don't know.
I think I
what
would
if
throw-
like I feel like if Jade doesn't return, then like does Naomi deck Bianca? Like I don't.
Yeah, I feel like if Jade doesn't return, then nothing happens between those two. They just get
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
eliminated,
think
right?
Jade
And we just
is
kind of
returning
wait.
though, because they have been mentioning her more and more each week.
Yeah, and Jade's
we're
been
getting the-
teasing it on social media.
Yeah, Jade has
Yep,
been
where
saying like,
there's
"You guys
smoke,
don't
there's
know yet."
fire, so
Yeah,
and that appearance she had last year at the Rumble was amazing. So now there's even more
Yeah.
behind her story. She comes in and just lays waste to a bunch of people and looks, because she knows who attacked her, right?
Mhm.
And I
You would
that's where
think.
you could pay that off.
You would think.
I would assume. I don't know.
Although, but on social media though, there was a couple of SmackDowns ago, they had a segment where Naomi or someone asked Bianca if they found anything, and she said no. And Jade went on social media and was like, "You still haven't?"
Yeah,
Or
and
still
Naomi was
know
looking
whatever?
at Bianca a certain way.
So I was kind of like, "So does Jade not know who attacked?" Like, because that's how they portrayed it on social media, and it was weird. But
Can we talk about this the spam account in the chat? Kimmy Talks Wrestling said they
No,
bought sunscreen, but like 20 minutes ago they were dead because of a promotion. Why would
don't
you
know.
buy sunscreen if you're dead?
honestly, that's a fair point.
it's fair.
That's a fair point. Pluggo.
Just trying to figure this out here. I mean, I appreciate everybody being in the chat tonight for the first ever Wednesday night beards, but you know.
Okay.
Wait, Pluggo, did you say who your winner
Yes.
pick is? I know.
Yeah.
we all-
No, I was just letting.
Okay.
Come on.
letting you
Yeah, I
guys
didn't either.
Do your thing.
Okay.
And this is me. I want Jordan Grace in my heart of hearts to win the whole thing. I think that would make a huge statement. I think she's somebody that they want to make a huge statement with, but it's going to be Charlotte because why not?
I don't know. Here's my thing. I am not an anti-Charlotte person at all either. I am not anti-Charlotte, but Charlotte gets a lot of hate because she wins all the time, and for a good amount of time with the old regime, she did, and she gets a lot of hate for it. And I feel like it would be crazy for her to return at the Rumble and win the Rumble. I think that would be
Ronda Rousey did that in 2022.
Boo!
old regime, though.
Yeah.
Old regime.
That's true.
Old regime.
Do you think
I-
Ronda Rousey shows up? She's
No.
been
No.
absolutely
no.
not.
No, boo.
Absolutely not.
Boo!
Pluggo, I will get up
Just
from our
because you
seat
don't
and you
want
will
it
never
doesn't
see me
mean
the
it
rest of the
won't
week.
No,
happen.
she has said like
She said
she's not interested.
No.
She's never coming back to wrestling.
We love you too. Kimmy Talks Wrestling.
Nobody,
Aw.
people didn't kiss her ass on the way out, and
This is the first podcast Kimmy Talks Wrestling's ever
I
watched.
think-
You're welcome.
I think that Charlotte Flair is the runner-up at the Rumble.
What?
To who?
To Io Sky. I think Io wins.
I mean, I'm cool with Io winning too as well.
I think Io wins. And
What?
then I think
Do I watch a different program?
No, because I think they're gonna tease Charlotte winning because they know the fans would lose. A lot of fans would be like, "Are you effing kidding me? That she's coming back and winning this damn Rumble, just like this, like typical Charlotte Flair, just waltzing on in." I agree, but I think they're gonna tease. I think they're gonna tease it now. Everyone's because when it gets down to the final two, you know that the majority of wrestling, if it's Charlotte, the majority of wrestling fans are gonna be like, "Are you?"
I will be cheering.
You shitting me?
I don't think that wrestling fans are going to boo Charlotte this time around. I think that
I think there's at least maybe not upon her thing, but I heard. Well, I don't know. Tiffany's like kind of like a tweener. I don't even know what Tiffany is right now. She's like kind of a tweener, so I don't know what Charlotte would be in that scenario.
But like, I think that she's been gone so long. There's been other people that have come through.
Yeah,
we've seen the positive reactions to her vignettes. We've seen all the positive reactions to all of her videos, especially the things that I read on Reddit, which Reddit is a little bit wild west for me. But there's been a lot of positive reaction to her returning and the road to returning.
Well, when she eliminates Becky, she'll be
I was gonna say, like, once she's in the final four,
I don't think that Becky can do no wrong. I think after what happened at SummerSlam versus Bianca, I think that some of those fans are not connecting with Becky anymore. I think that we do love her because there used to be this unbridled like Becky or bust, right?
Between Char and Becky, though, I think a lot more people. I mean, I like Charlotte more personally, but I think a lot more people are going to cheer for Becky over Charlotte.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Because I think that having that kind of moment at SummerSlam that was so, I don't want to say it's like a smear on their character. It's not their character. She obviously was booked that way. But I think that having a betrayal of the fan in Becky Lynch, the run that she had before she got injured was just that of like fans being like, I don't know. My undying love is not professed to you anymore, Becky Lynch. I think that if she wanted to be a heel, she could be.
Yeah. We had someone earlier say that Becky should eliminate Liv in the Rumble because that was her last match. Liv beat her for the title.
Yeah.
That would make sense to kind of run that back right away. I think it would be cool if she came back and actually challenged for the IC title with Lyra. They did that in NXT.
That's what I think it will be.
It should be that, right? I feel like that'd be a cool Mania match for Becky, or if you wanted to do that.
That would be fantastic.
It makes the IC title very important. Becky Lynch wants it. And then if Becky were to even put Lyra over again, or if she wins it, that's a big champion for that title. I think that would be a cool thing if they went that route. I think I have Charlotte and Io. Like Ella has the opposite way than I do. She has Charlotte winning the Rumble and Io winning the Chamber. I have it reversed.
I'll be happy either way. I love both of them.
Yeah, I have it reversed. Yeah. So I have Io winning the Rumble because they did that. When they were both going for Liv still, they did that stare down at the end of Raw where they both picked up the title and they looked at each other. I thought that was done on purpose. It was a tease. Io can win either the Rumble or the Chamber. I just happen to be picking her for
Charlotte
the Rumble.
hasn't won Chamber yet. So,
yeah.
I mean, it would give her that.
Yeah. And I think, go ahead. Go ahead.
I would just rather see Io in Chamber, personally.
Yeah. That is true. Jose is blaming Ronda Rousey for the death of Ring of Honor in the chat. So that is a very good.
The Ring of Honor was dying way before.
Go ahead,
I got a question for the group as we're still talking Women's Rumble. We've introduced mid-card titles now. So we've Chelsea Green and Lyra Valkyria. Lyra has announced she's in. Who has the more memorable Rumble, and then who has the better Rumble performance? Like, do you think Chelsea Green has a really fun spot, or do you think they're going to give her a push? Or you think so?
It's Chelsea Green.
She'll get the spot. Lyra will have the better time. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe they
I feel like
reverse it.
that's
I
the
can't
way
wait
to
to
go.
see her gear. That's the one
Same.
person. Her and Bianca are
Mhm.
two wrestlers that I'm always looking at what their gear is, what their presentation is, because they don't care if they're in there for 10 seconds or an hour.
Yeah.
Dude, Jose is
but-
pissed at our social media manager.
Why? What's going on? What? What? What is he saying?
I didn't do
Yeah.
it.
I mean, I think.
Tweets are running wild, man.
Yeah, I think that these.
So you think they're gonna give him a good showing? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I think
Lyra,
so.
Yeah,
That's all
I don't
want.
know.
Lyra
about
will.
Give
Charlotte
the mid card
necessarily.
champions. Will one of them crack the top 6? You guys said your top 4s. Those are pretty stacked.
Yeah.
You think we'll get a top 6? Lyra,
I mean, we're
probably.
definitely. I mean,
I would
yeah,
imagine,
we have to. It's
depending on
going to
where
go
Chelsea
down.
comes in.
Lyra for Chelsea, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I think Kelsey's going to have, whatever moment they give her, whether it's just a crazy bump to get out of the Rumble or quickest time and a funny thing, like whatever they give her, it's going to be a very memorable. So Jose's controversial statement in the chat is that he believes singles
You
champions.
gotta say it like Jose would. You gotta yell because it's all caps.
It's all caps. I don't want to yell. It's nighttime. Singles champions should not enter the Rumble, even mid card. If you aren't defending yours, why chase another?
World champ, sure, but like for me, if it's like mid card, Chelsea could be like Chelsea 2 belts, Mid card titles, I'm okay with entering, or like tag title, like Bianca and Naomi are just like tag team champions apply too. Like it's an opportunity to get like a bigger title, a world title, as opposed to like a mid card or a tag title. So personally, I'm okay with it if it's mid card or tag titles. If it's a world champ,
That's how Bret Hart was made.
Yeah.
Chasing the world title while holding a mid card title.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true. It's true. I don't know. I feel like
that's fair.
Yeah, I feel like this is the first time, and obviously we have to talk about.
Jose, but I love you, so I'm gonna.
I feel like obviously we have to talk about the other 3 matches, but I feel like this is the first time going in that I have my predictions as I always do, but I really don't know who's going to win either Rumble. And I feel like, I mean, I have my ideas, but like, I don't think I'm like in stone. Like, I think like, I feel like there's been a lot of years where it was like, they're definitely winning the Royal Rumble,
Yeah.
And I feel like this year it's like, I have my ideas of who I think's going to win, but like, I wouldn't bet my house on them. You know what I mean?
I mean, I wouldn't bet my house on any of that either.
I agree. Yes, obviously. You know what I mean? But like, I just feel like there were years like I would have went and bet my house on Batista the year that Batista won the Royal Rumble, Like I knew that was
Yeah.
Does the women open
Dustin,
or
it
close
opens the show. They mentioned that, I think, already, that it is opening the show.
Did they?
It's opening.
I thought I
would actually open with the 2 out of 3 falls match or the ladder match and then go Rumble, other match, Rumble. That's what I would do, but I get
what 2 out of 3
I get the
falls
Rumble
match?
at the
What did I miss?
What?
Did they announce a match? Did they announce it?
Yes.
Yeah, we have a 2 out of 3 falls match for the SmackDown. Well, when they don't call them that anymore.
WWE
The WWE Tag Team Champions DIY versus Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah, I definitely missed that.
Well, we can talk about it now if you want. Yeah. It's okay, Pluggo.
What's that?
But it's 2 out of 3 falls. It's DIY the champs defending against Motor City Machine Guns.
Is there any other match that Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano are known for more than a 2 out of 3 falls match?
No, I think that is what the staple of DIY.
Maybe tag team matches.
Wow.
Hello. Jesus. I don't think that there's any match that's not more synonymous with the either or with the 2 of them. I want to see Motor City Machine Guns win. Win. Hello. I need them to win. They're going to have so many good near falls, and it's going to be
it's going to be amazing.
For the sickos kind of match.
Oh, yeah.
But I need my boys to have their moment in the sun.
All right. I like Motor City Machine Guns. I just don't want to hear that theme song twice. So that's just kind of where I'm at with that. That is one of the worst.
They need a new theme.
That is one of the worst I've ever heard. It is so bad. And they're so good, and I love them, but that is brutal.
Okay,
your fists.
somebody
What are we
remind
doing?
me on Saturday to record JPJ's reaction in real time.
I'm just
Oh,
gonna raise
yeah.
my I'm just gonna raise my fist every time they tell me to raise my fist. Listen, it's fine.
As
It's
a
fine.
person who lives in Indiana, and as a person that's not ever been a fan
I thought
of
you were gonna do something real
teams
bad.
in Michigan,
I thought
when
this
they
is
do-
listen.
Ah!
Listen,
when they
this
do
is
the
not the
thing-
time for hand gestures.
when
It's
they
not
do
the time.
thing,
We are not in the
I have to
climate.
go like this. I live
It's after
here.
dark.
We are not in a climate
I
for
live
hand
here.
gestures.
I'm doing the Michigan Motor City.
Oh, that's the
Michigan thing.
yeah, I got it.
When they go,
look
Staben's always like, I live here in
Michigan.
Detroit,
Michigan.
and I'm like, I
Yeah.
live.
Look, this match is going to be great. There's no reason it should be. I think DIY is retaining.
Oh,
I
it's
think
because they know
DIY
how to do 2 out of 3 falls because
They do, and I also think that the stuff they got going on with Pretty Deadly, and like just the other stuff. I mean, we're 100% heading towards a multi-team match at Mania with all these guys.
Mhm.
I'm just happy they're using Pretty Deadly because I love Pretty Deadly. I think they've been underutilized for a long
Yeah.
time.
This Kimmy, this
Um,
Kimmy Talks Wrestling account is my new favorite.
Yeah, a theme song is
theme
your
song
choice for
choice?
defending argument.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why I'm
JPJ.
picking DIY strictly because I don't want to hear the Motor City Machine Guns more than once, more than I have to.
Do you think that they get a new theme before Mania?
I hope.
Here's the
I
thing:
doubt
if
it.
it wasn't,
They seem
2
pretty
out of
bought
3
in on this. They got
falls-
pyro and everything.
If it wasn't 2 out of 3 falls, I'd lean heavier on DIY retaining, but I think it's going to be Motor City Machine Guns.
Really, I feel the opposite.
I'm with JPJ, but for different reasons. Why
you
take
like
the
the
tag
theme song?
titles off of MCMG if you were just gonna have them win them back a month and a half later?
Yeah, like when you save it for Mania.
Like, and
But you're
DIY.
trying to make sense of the tag division that's never made sense.
Yeah,
But now
That's
they're actually
fair.
starting to do
That's
some
fair.
all right stuff
But like
with it, though.
DIY already had a short reign last year. They were transitional champs. Why would they be transitional champs for the team that they lost them to? That doesn't
Because
make
that's-
sense to me.
It's the New Day and the
Because
Usos all over again.
Yeah, you got
Fair. I just
Here's the thing.
How
Here, and
else
I
do you
always
get
say
to
this, and
8-time
they're
champs?
Motor City Machine Guns. Yeah, what's better than a 1-time champ? A 2-time champ. You got to start stacking championships.
I
up to
I
build
love
up some prestige.
MCMG. They were champs for like 40. So I'm looking at the
And
days
let's
now.
be
They were champs
honest,
for
does
42
DIY
days.
really need to have the belts for like a year?
Why put them on them?
Well then are we gonna go backlash? Are we gonna keep going like down the list? Like are we gonna go back to, SummerSlam and they're still
Build up.
feuding?
I mean, I don't think so.
No,
I
I
think
yeah.
this will be like, I don't remember who said it. This will probably be a multi.
Yeah.
Granted,
'Cause
well, like
And also,
you have
Scott-
another
Yes,
set of
Street
tag
Profits
titles
involved.
though, is the thing too.
And that's the thing. Like yeah. So it's like I expect DIY to retain just
Same.
because same reasons Ellis said. They haven't had him that much longer. They just took him from the guys. Like I think the chase for Motor City Machine Guns needs to be a little bit
Like, what was
longer.
the point then?
Yeah, and we got all
and I love MCMG. It's just like,
Yeah.
what was the point then? Like, if you're just
And-
gonna give them right back to them a month and a half later.
And we have this layered story they're building on SmackDown now that involves DIY, Motor City Machine Guns, Pretty Deadly, the Street Profits, Los Garzas. There's like 5 or 6 teams that are involved in the intertwining
Mhm.
of this story.
The
I
Wyatt
don't think
Six, the Wyatt Six will be
You
back
remember
soon.
this? You
So-
remember this moment when they are holding up them championships?
Look,
pointing their hand
would I
going,
be
"We're from
shocked?
Detroit."
Would I be shocked if Motor City won?
I'm
No, of
I'm not
course
like hell bent on it.
No, I just
you
think
know?
that I think it just stretches
Yeah.
out a little bit longer. I can see
I'm
Motor
not gonna
City
be
Machine Guns.
heartbroken.
Yeah, I can see Motor City Machine Guns getting that victory of getting their belts back at Mania and having that moment, as opposed to so quickly after they lost it.
Jose, so from what because the transfer window is open through this weekend. Jose, do you think MCMG ends up going to Raw after the Rumble? If they lose, yes, obviously.
Yeah.
Challenge. For those
If they
titles.
lose, it's possible, but
Oh,
I feel
Dustin,
like
that's a good.
having 5
Yeah.
or 6 teams sounds. Chamber.
They could
but,
do that.
But which pair of titles is the thing?
I think it would have to be the Smack. They're
Collins is
building
like,
at
I'm
least.
so done.
Is it really that bad a thing if those titles bounce around a little bit between like DIY and Motor City Machine Guns just for a little bit? Why not? It'd be fun.
It would be fun.
You tell me you wouldn't have a good time? You would tell me you wouldn't have a good time?
Either
Why
way,
is every title reign gotta be
hate
so
Jordan.
long? Why can't we have some
I never
popcorn
said
titles?
that.
didn't say
MCMG
you
held them
did,
for
I'm just saying in
42
general.
days. DIY
Yeah,
is
that
only
was a
held them for
mistake.
55 days right now. You know, it's like it's a month and a half. Like
okay.
what? 6 weeks?
Do you think this will be one of the longest matches on the card? Besides for the Rumbles, do you think? Well, besides
there's only one other match.
yeah, the
I
Cody
think it'll be
Rhodes
one
match.
of the 2 longest
you
matches
watched
on
the
the card
Cody
besides the
Rhodes
Rumble.
match?
I
Have
mean,
you watched
Cody
Rhodes
Rhodes
matches?
That's
Better?
true. See, you made sense
Figured
of my
that's gonna take like an
dumb,
hour and a half.
my dumb brain.
When is the last time a 2 out of 3 falls match didn't go to 3 falls? Never happened, right?
I mean, I'm sure that at some
I'm
point.
sure it's happened.
Yeah, it's been. It feels like
That'd
it
be a
forever
first,
in
right?
WWE. Yeah,
Well,
I think Claudio just won a 2 out of 3 falls against somebody with a clean sweep on AEW not too long ago. But I might be wrong. Who knows?
hopefully Jeff Jarrett
All right, so we're
tonight.
split there. Me and Ella think that DIY retains, and you guys think that Motor City's taking them belts back. That's fair.
Let's go,
All right,
Collins.
so
That's right.
then obviously
That's
the
right.
only other
Detroit.
non-Rumble match we have is the one. It's been a while since we've had a ladder match, a straight up ladder match, on a PLE and for a championship, and we're going to have both titles. One recognized, the WWE Universal title, and the Winged Eagle, Kevin Owens title. Kevin Owens versus Cody
I want to
Rhodes.
see the world burn.
I want Kevin Owens to win. Like
I
you
want
dream
Kevin Owens
about.
to win.
Like you dream about. He's not going to.
Why? Come on.
I don't know. I just
Here's
feel
my
like they
problem.
won't. He's like the typical Royal Rumble fight for the title but never win guy.
I know.
That's who he is now.
He's everyone's American nightmare. Okay, cool. Do you want to see chaos?
Yes.
Because I want to see chaos.
Oh.
I need to see. And here's the thing: Kevin Owens has been fighting how many freaking times against Roman? How many times against Cody? How many times? How many times has he gone for the title against Seth? Like, I'm tired of him going for the title and not getting it.
Same. It's criminal that he has never been champion since that first time world champion. Criminal.
I know.
He is
And
so
even-
good at everything.
He is so good because what if he gets a title and then he holds it?
Yeah. Cody
Until
sucks
Mania.
eggs. You know? I'm kidding. I'm a Cody guy. I love
it.
Cody too. But you know, he's not gonna win, right? Owens is not winning. I want him to.
I want him to win so that Cody has something to fight for at freaking WrestleMania.
Well, I mean, he could be. He's going to be fighting for his title.
Against whom? The Rock isn't coming.
It's going to be whoever. I could be.
The Rock isn't coming.
Yeah, I think I was
against
teasing
John
it.
Cena.
Listen, I don't want it. I don't want it at Mania. I think that should be his last match. I think Cody should be seen his last match. I'm on record. I don't want that at Mania. I don't want it at Mania
either.
We'll get there. But in this match,
who do I want? Because I want John Cena to get one more title run.
I do too.
Because that's how you sell shit.
I agree.
I want him to win over Gunther. I'm so sorry.
Yes, I'm with you. I'm 100% with you. I want Cena again. I want Cena to win the Rumble and face Gunther and break the title at WrestleMania against Gunther. That's what.
Yeah.
That makes more sense to me than him fighting Cody now. Cody should be his last match. That to me, that should be the last.
I agree.
Match, Cody.
How you doing, Ella? How's that?
Sorry.
I'm doing great.
With that being said, I 1000% want Kevin Owens to win this match, but I am 1000% picking Cody Rhodes to win this match.
I'm sorry. I will put all of my chips on the table.
I
will
want.
Venmo you all
What
a
kind of chips
dollar
are they?
if I lose.
Ooh, $1. Heck,
Jose says KO versus Cena at WrestleMania with their history for the U.S. title. That'd be fun, but I don't think so.
That won't happen.
No.
But I need KO to win because I'm tired. I'm tired of rooting for Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in these world title contentions, and they get jack nothing.
Hold on.
You're telling me
no,
hold on.
It's a good thing. It would make you happy. So before even WWE Saturday Night's main event happened, before Cody and KO, even before that, I heard rumors. Granted, things change, Mania plans change. I heard rumors that there could be plans for KO to win the undisputed WWE Championship and then face Sami Zayn at WrestleMania for the title before they even started this whole angle this week. I heard that weeks ago. However,
Oh no.
and that's why I thought Kevin was going to win at Saturday night's main event.
I did too.
I feel like if they were going to, it's possible, but personally, if they were to do that angle, I feel like they should have done the title change at Saturday night's main event, because
Agreed.
if Cody loses here, then you have to do granted, I guess you could do stuff in 8 weeks, but it feels like a quick pivot to get Cody away from Kevin, and then, but that would mean also Sammy potentially wins Rumble. I feel like it's
we got to
too
talk
quick.
about Sammy and the Rumble. We will
I
when
know.
we get there.
I feel like that's why last month I betted on Kevin Owens beating Cody Rhodes last month. That did not happen. I feel like if it was going to happen, it should have happened last month. So for that reason, I have Cody Rhodes retaining.
Yeah.
Does Sami Zayn have KO's back in this match?
Okay. All right. This is going to lead into the Rumble for me. But KO in his brain 1000% thinks that Sami Zayn is going to have his back. And I think what happens is Sami Zayn is not going to have his back and Cody's going to win. And then I think, obviously, we need everybody's picks before we officially go to the men's Rumble. But then I think that leads into what happens with Sammy in the Rumble, where I think KO will not enter the Rumble, but he will insert himself in the Rumble and eliminate Sammy because he didn't have his back.
When he's like the last two.
Could be later on. I don't know if
Sammy's
last two,
gonna
but like I think Sammy
that'd
is
be
going to
cool.
be in at the end. I think it's going to. Yeah, but we'll get there. So
Could you imagine Sammy being the last two with whoever KO comes out, yanks him over the rope?
So Ella and I have
screws
Cody.
him? Oh, that's awesome.
Auntie Collins is throwing all her chips in with
I
KO.
wanted to see a title change. They should have done it last month personally, and now it's too late because you only have 2 months then to build some. I mean, you can do a lot, but I feel like that's not enough time to build to get getting Cody away from Kevin, and then you have the Randy Orton factor, then you have Sami Zayn and whoever wins Rumble. I feel like it's not enough time. Which is why I wish they would have done it last month. So I have Cody retaining here.
All right. Pluggo, where you at?
I just want some chips.
You think I'm going to give you chips?
Yeah, she said.
Oh, that was good.
Oh,
whoa, yeah. Give me Cody Rhodes. I don't love it at all.
Yeah,
but.
Does Randy come back here too?
Well, I was going to ask because this could obviously be answered in the Rumble too. I was going to say, do we see Randy Orton in this return here? Because this whole thing is based off of what happened with Randy Orton. So, and Cody mentioned Randy Orton in his promo last week.
If the plan was for Randy and Cody at Mania, I would say absolutely. But I have not heard any plans to do that at WrestleMania. I've heard so many. I've heard so many other different rumors about Cody. Randy Orton has not been one of them.
That is ridiculous.
As much as I would want it to be.
That is ridiculous to me. It is the best story they have for Cody.
I agree.
You know what you could do?
It's a SummerSlam match, though, I guess.
Yeah, it's a SummerSlam match.
Yeah, I mean, I wish. I mean, trust me, I've been preaching for it since Randy returned. So,
like, if you're telling me that Randy Orton doesn't deserve that type of match at WrestleMania, you're crazy.
It's possible that Randy very well returns here and helps Cody retain.
Yeah, and then
he's not going to turn on him right now because there's too many other. I mean, not to say it's out of the realm of possibility, but I've heard so many different other Mania opponents for Cody, and Randy was not one of them.
Oh,
I mean, SummerSlam. It's going to be 2 nights.
It is. It is. So then we transition to the men's Royal Rumble. We have 15 individuals announced, so half the field. And there are some heavy hitters. We got Roman Reigns. We got Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn, John Cena. There's other Drew. I always say Drew. My memory's trash.
Drew
McIntyre, Rey Mysterio, Logan Paul. There's a bunch of guys. I don't care.
Penta.
Chad Kimmy, that's where mine is. That's where my mind is right there. I don't know how you want to dive into this one. Whether you want, I know we started with like surprises and things with the I don't know how you want to dive into
How
this
about
one,
this?
but
who's gonna be the entrant that doesn't actually make it into the Royal Rumble? Who's getting our truth this year?
oh, the Heath Slater treatment. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, or the
Remember that year that Heath Slater just got his ass kicked all the way
Curtis
down the
Axel-
ramp by like 7 dudes?
Curtis Axel.
Curtis Axel's still in the Rumble. 10 years.
Yeah.
Honestly, it could be Chad Gable because
could be.
he
That'd
be
be-
pissing off Otis. He'd be pissing off
Oh,
Otis. It could be.
yeah, that's a good
Or
one. That's a
or
good one.
unfortunately, as much as it pains me because I love him, it could also be the Miz because of the Wyatt Six. I hate it,
Ooh.
but it would make sense.
Like
I
they
don't
don't
like
even
that.
kick his ass; they just block him from coming in, and he just runs.
Yeah, or
away.
like the lights go out and then Miz is just gone. Like
Just-
Miz
yeah, he
goes
just
on
runs
the
off.
entrance ramp and then the lights go out and then poof, he's just gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was Rey Mysterio 2 years ago,
Yeah.
which was like, I mean, I was like, what?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Ophelia does bring out a good point. She says Cena's promo was all about having to fight his way back into title contention. So why should he win the first match he's in as the Rumble? Because obviously Cena is one of the favorites.
That's an amazing
I think-
point that I didn't think of until.
I think he still is the betting favorite. Punk might have overtaken him,
Really
but I
good.
think he still is
No,
the
they're
betting
very
favorite.
Close. They're
Yeah.
within 6% of one another.
Exactly. So
But-
Cena
but
still
let's
is
not-
the
let's-
betting
let's-
favorite.
Let's be honest,
So-
though, to Ophelia's point, that's John Cena's entire career of promos, and he wins all the time. I gotta always fight for so.
Yeah, but this
It wouldn't-
this
it wouldn't
time, you know,
shock
he's
me, but
using
that's
I
his
haven't won a
Chinese-
match in 3 years or whatever, the 6 years, whatever it is, and well, we got Kimmy Talks Wrestling says that Cena's gonna come out at number 1
That's a lot.
and
for
go through the
that
whole
old
field. His
man.
first, oh,
I
number
will
1.
that I will riot if he comes out at 1 and runs the table.
That's over an hour. Do you think that
Riot.
this man
I
can
will riot.
last?
And that is the exact reason. Okay, so I guess that transitions into
Yeah, let's
it.
just we can
So
go into
y'all
however you want.
think we all think Cena is going to be wrestling for a title. I know JPJ has already expressed that at WrestleMania, right?
Yes,
You think
I think so.
John Cena is not entering the elimination chamber and risking hurting himself. He has not wrestled in a chamber match. I want to say 2017 or something like that.
Yeah.
This
It's a
man
much
is not going to
safer
take
chamber
that
now,
risk.
though.
No, this man is not going to
They're
take
much
that
more
risk
friendly.
on his retirement tour of him getting injured and then all of a sudden it's just off. They do not call it the most grueling structure for nothing. They are not putting John Cena in the elimination chamber.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Are
not going to
you
be
saying
first.
John
He's
Cena's
going to be.
soft?
He's not going to be first. That's another reason why he's not going to be first. But he's
No.
going to win the
No.
Rumble in my mind because he's not
Number
going.
30.
They are not going to put him in elimination chamber. So if you want to get him to a title match at WrestleMania, he's winning the Royal. Not from number 1, but he's winning the Royal Rumble.
25, 26,
Maybe he,
27.
Yeah,
maybe
whatever
he
you
comes
want.
in at like
Not at number 1.
17.
No,
17.
no, you put him 50. You put him in the second half.
Yeah,
sometime.
second half of the
Nope.
Rumble. That's it.
17 is in the second half, Ella.
Yeah, yeah. I heard that you said like 7 or something.
I know it's late. I know this is new for us.
Listen, I don't know. I expect Cena's going to be there at the end.
Oh
CM
yeah.
Punk's, my final 4, I think if I had a final 4, it would be Cena, Punk, Seth, and Drew. I think that's probably
Punk's
where
eliminating Drew.
Yeah.
I could. We have Jose thinking, he says that Punk eliminates Cena to win the Rumble. He has Punk.
Ah,
winning the Rumble.
That was
boo.
gonna be. that
Was
was
Oh, you
gonna
going
be my
Punk?
Punk and
follow-up.
Roman?
If Cena didn't
That's been
win,
floated.
who would you want to toss Cena out of the Rumble if he doesn't win? To
Nothing.
start something.
Braun Breaker.
Nothing to throw- Braun
I can get
Breaker
behind a
would be fun.
Braun Breaker.
I would get behind Braun Breaker.
I don't want to put it into the existence. I don't want anyone to get any ideas.
That's
That's not
fair.
how I want to see it.
That's fair. I think Punk is a good one. We are going to get Punk and Cena at some point this year. We are.
Returns though, like I want a
My-
Jeff Hardy, I want a Wade
Yeah.
Barrett, like
Wade Barrett would be fun.
I
too.
want a Wade Barrett and Cena face off at the Rumble.
Wade Barrett has been
bad.
Joe
seen it
Hendry's
at the
coming
Performance
back?
Center.
Is that true?
Well,
Is that
all
a
right. Here's
thing,
my
or is
thing.
that just is that
'Cause
rumor?
I know a lot of people, and myself included, were like, Joe Hendry is 100% going to be in this. He is on the
Sure.
Jericho cruise this weekend, though.
No, he is not. He has a
He's
match
not.
on the first. Or
Oh, wait, he's not. It says on the poster. that
No,
he's
on the
there.
second.
on the. He has a match on the second.
He doesn't have a match on the
But I
first.
don't think it's on the Jericho cruise. I think it's
Oh,
somewhere
it's
else.
on the
Kimmy,
post. Okay.
Kimmy, you're still here. Correct me because she's going on the Jericho cruise. I don't
All right.
believe.
I thought I saw
Henry
on the
is
poster that
advertised
it
for the
said
Jericho
say
cruise.
his name and he appears, and it has he's meeting you at
Card
the
subject to
Dominican
change.
Republic.
He'll be
Oh,
at
okay.
WrestleCon too.
Oh yeah, that makes
He
sense.
is scheduled for WrestleCon.
Oh, he's
But I
So,
think
okay.
because
So
the
I guess
cruise
maybe
goes till Tuesday, so he could,
All right,
in
so
theory,
maybe,
wrestle on Saturday and then
Okay.
go to the cruise like the next day.
because I would expect that he would be in the Rumble if he was
Yeah,
available.
same.
New TNA
Yeah.
heavyweight champion.
With that
of course.
championship, yeah.
Yeah,
I picked
1000%.
him-
He's
picked him
over.
to
That
be
song will hit
top-
and that place will explode and sing it, and
Top
that'll
six,
it's a
Joe
phenomenon.
Henry.
Like he'll be fine, you know.
Last
And
6, Joe Henry, because he's not going to get the 4, because that's going to be a loaded 4.
I mean, I don't even think he needs to end them.
I think he
at
comes
60.
in early, like 3 or 4.
But I'm saying he's going to stay in that thing till like the final. Like he's going to get down to the nitty gritty.
Final 6, maybe.
Give him a run. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's
Final.
gonna get
I
a
don't
run.
see him being final 4, maybe final 6.
Mm-mm.
Not much further than that, though. Personally.
All right. So when we start talking about the men's Rumble, the realistic winners and things of that nature, I mean this Rumble is stacked. This Rumble is
If
stacked.
Roman wins, I will riot. I
Do we
swear to
Ugh.
God.
Okay.
Roman,
Yeah, so this- all right.
Roman, Seth, Drew, Punk, Cena, all like standing at the final 5. Just some
5 or 6. I mean,
No,
that's
I think Roman like
I
gets
think Roman's getting out
shockingly
early.
eliminated like halfway through.
Yeah, I think
honestly.
Solo
By
or
whom?
Jacob Fatu.
Drew.
Or
Jacob
Drew
Fatu
probably.
has Jacob
Or
Fatu
Jacob.
hasn't been announced, correct?
not yet. Not yet.
Correct. Jacob
but
would
what-
be a good one too.
What if he has the most eliminations and
I think Jacob Fatu
I'm
will have the
cool
most
with that.
eliminations.
Mhm.
he eliminates?
But like Braun could also eliminate Jacob because but I don't know.
Should not do that.
But I
They
think
should
if
not do
anybody were to eliminate Roman and Jacob or Drew, like nobody else.
Nobody else.
Nobody else.
It's not believable either.
Yeah.
That man was champion for.
But then Punk
Kira
eliminates
Tozawa
Drew.
dumps out the OTC. We all just
Yeah.
go nuts.
I think and then Rollins eliminates Punk personally. So I think this is how I think it goes. Drew eliminates Roman, Punk eliminates Drew, Rollins eliminates Punk. Cena, I don't know if they're the final 2 or whatever, but Cena eventually wins in my mind. I think that should be the order of the big eliminations.
Oh boy.
Cena
me
goes on to
personally.
challenge who at WrestleMania? Gunther? Or
Gunther, yeah.
So
It should be
there's-
Gunther.
There's there's reports of Logan and Gunther.
Get the fuck out of here.
No,
Get the fuck out of here with that.
Goodbye. Never watching this shit again.
Get the fuck
Sorry.
out of here with that.
I don't think it should be, but there's been reports of that. That
Logan
it's up
Paul
for
can
consideration.
eat.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, my
Logan
thing
could
is
win Chamber. Honestly,
Okay,
I
well,
don't think
If
he would
Logan wins any of these
Listen,
sacred
I don't wanna
matches
th-
before Mania,
I don't want to throw it into an existence, but I just got a feeling
Yeah.
that man's going to be a world champ at some point,
he
and it's going
could
to
win
piss me off.
Chamber.
Next time.
He just,
There's
I
other
will-
times.
Didn't he just announce for? Isn't it March 27th?
Oh, I
Jake
don't-
Paul, Logan
yeah.
Paul?
Yeah.
Whatever, dude.
Is it March
Whatever,
or May?
dude.
It's one.
March.
Of
I'm sure that
M
I-
months.
I'm sure that will be completely on the level. I'm sure that'll be
Yeah.
completely on.
March 1st would be your elimination chamber in
I'll
Toronto.
be there.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
So
But
when
Mike,
you had
the reason
mentioned
I-
when you
the
had
only
asked
reason
earlier,
I bring that up is because
Yeah.
I know it's going to be a sham of a boxing match, but
Mhm.
would Logan risk an injury in the chamber? to
That's
blow the
also something
HBO
that I
spot?
raised in another. Yeah.
well, a lot of people
And
are
so
saying
if he's
I've
not in
seen
the chamber, he could not win the Rumble, but then I just
Yeah.
don't factor
Oh.
him into a world title picture. And
But I've also seen some dialogue on social media is that what they're advertising, the brothers, it's not going to be a wrestling match.
It's
It's
I
going to be
think
like a. I'm not a.
I don't
I mean,
know,
yeah,
Bobby.
boxing,
Hi,
but it might not
Kitty.
even
I
be a
hope
match.
the
It might be like a
retirement is
reality
treating you
series
well.
of
Oh,
sorts, or
okay.
something like that.
Yeah,
potentially.
leave wrestling. Goodbye, Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Here's my thing. When you had mentioned earlier who could eliminate John Cena, Logan Paul is somebody that I would have at the top. Like, not because I
I'm
want
leaving.
it.
Would.
Not
It would be
because I want
mega
it.
heat. It would be mega heat. Yeah.
Not because I want it. But
This is
that
not.
would
This is
be-
not. No. This
I'm
is.
just- listen. It's true though. That would be mega
true.
heat. He already has mega heat, as we saw on Monday.
This is
First
giving
of all,
me
Drew,
Kurt
there's no
Angle
context.
retirement match, and
There
I
is
don't
no
like
there
it.
is no context to that. Drew. Drew's mad at me because on Firmly, I was talking about the opening segment. And when I mentioned Logan Paul, he was like, I'm not talking about
Honestly,
him. I'm like,
I have
and I
to
said,
agree
I'm with
Jason
Drew.
J, though.
no, no, but
I'm with Drew.
but here's the thing. I said, Drew, I said, I agree with your sentiment about how you feel about this individual.
Mhm.
But if he's part of the show, we have to talk about part of the show.
Yeah.
I just would like to
If Lo-
pretend he doesn't
I'm not,
exist.
I'm not saying I said, if Logan Paul wins the Royal Rumble on Saturday, are we going to come on here next week for Firmly WWE and pretend that the men's Royal Rumble didn't fucking exist?
Yeah, my TV suddenly turned off.
Yes, I agree. We can feel that way inside.
Yeah.
Inside, but we have to talk about
I
it.
am not a distinguished, unbiased journalist.
We're not CNN,
I'm-
bro. We're not a news channel.
If Roman Reigns wins the Royal Rumble, I would have that same thing. I would ignore the men's Royal
Drew's
Rumble.
throwing tomatoes at me. Drew's been throwing tomatoes at me.
Tom Brokaw, dude. We're not Brian.
Listen, I'm
Daniels.
just saying. I'm just saying.
I'm queer auntie. I'm gonna be messy, and I'm gonna be like, it doesn't exist.
And that's why we love you.
That's how I feel about Shinsuke and AJ Styles at WrestleMania. Somehow my TV turned off. I don't know what happened.
That was.
I don't know.
I watched the
results of that.
2018. I watched the 2018 Rumble a few days ago, and he won it, and that crowd was
Cried.
just so happy, and everybody was so happy,
Cried.
and then they just went on to fuck that.
I don't know what
Just
happened at
fucked
the end
it.
of the match. Don't spoil
Just
it for me.
absolutely fucked it. It was don't spoil it for you. All right, fair.
Speaking of
Spoiler
funny
alert.
things, because I know that AJ Styles is not returning
Yes,
for a
he
long
is.
while.
He is.
No.
I mean, he is returning, but he's not returning at Rumble.
Well,
This
I
man
think he
is
might.
old. He's old. He's an old man. It
Okay.
takes a while. Okay. You think that AJ Styles is going to return at Rumble?
Yes.
I think it's possible.
I don't think he's returning at Rumble. I think maybe
Well, me and Ella will
with
tweet
his
you.
old
We will
theme
tweet you when it happens. We will tweet you.
update. But no, I was reminded via Snapchat that 6 years ago, because I have a love and obsession for AJ Styles. But I
Is it the
Gay
hair? Is it the
community.
hair?
it's the him doing the
Apparently
With the
not
hair.
all to have
the
him
hair,
return
right?
you know
this
all the
weekend.
things,
You
right?
don't
The
love him that
presentation,
much.
everything. I broke my fingers.
You
At our-
finger
at-
plural?
Yeah, fingers, because I was at a Royal Rumble party
so
6
proud.
years ago,
You got
and
excited.
I have this tendency when shows are too long, I have to stand up and walk around and whatever and do their entrances with them. And I did AJ Styles' entrance, and I hit
Hit a
the
wall.
wall, and I felt my two fingers right here just crack, and I immediately knew I broke my fingers
Yeah.
doing a wrestling entrance. Not even
So
wrestling.
that's your beef with AJ Styles?
No, she loves it. You
I
love
love
AJ
him.
Styles.
I want
Oh.
him to know that I broke my fingers because I love him so much. So
Wow. I mean,
See, that's where I was waiting for. Okay, that's
I was like, do you have beef
Out of
with him
context,
because like
flip
you
that
broke your
thing.
ring?
I would never have beef with AJ Styles.
Okay.
Him, his beautiful hair, the fact that he still has
And that
hair
iconic
after all this time.
soundbite, obviously.
Yeah, iconic.
they took that great music away from him, though. Oh,
You can't walk
I know.
none.
such
Can't
an
walk
all-time
none.
great,
They
great
be
theme
scared.
song, and
No,
they
they
took
don't.
it away. Not that I don't even dislike the newer one that much.
I
But
hate
when
the
you
newer
have-
one.
When you
it
have
sounds
that
like
original
Garage
one,
Band.
you can't. That's such a drastic.
Mhm.
I think if AJ does return, I think Carmelo Hayes is the Iron Man in this match. Personally,
Ooh.
him eliminating Carmelo would make sense.
Ooh, yeah. Scott stole my thunder. I've been pining for this for years and years. I need X-Pac in the Rumble. Give me an X-Pac for
So
a
now we're
legend
doing-
role. I
We're
want it.
doing Legend.
I don't know
I
how
just
he is
want it.
after his diverticulitis, though.
Yeah,
like,
his was
he
really
had that
bad.
last
Oh,
year, he
his is
said.
that- but I thought he was posting that he was in shape and looking
Maybe he
good
is,
and
I
ready
don't
to
know.
go, and
I don't know.
I just want to hear, the make some noise. I just want to hear it. I'm like, give me an
Possible.
X-Pac run. Just give me even he can be in there for 2 minutes. I don't care. I
Well,
just
Wade
want it.
Barrett.
You know,
I just
Wade
want
Barrett's a
Wade
good
Barrett
one.
and John
In this
Cena.
thing.
Wade
Please
Barrett's a good
give
one.
me that face off. Please
Yo,
give
we
me
got-
Jeff Hardy and
It's
CM Punk too, please.
We got
It's gonna be JBL.
Hi, Chris.
He's everywhere.
we got Chris Mueller giving us a super chat saying howdy all. Welcome in, Chris. Good to see you, pal.
Hi, Chris.
Love the doc
man,
around
the
here.
myth, the
Love the
legend.
doc around here. There you go. And Kimmy Talks Wrestling, whoever that is saying X-Pac with the new Funko Pop you can buy March 18th. I'm kidding. We know who you are.
Oh,
We love you.
geez.
But yeah, I'm trying to think of, so all right. So Ella says Cena.
Mhm.
So let's pick our winners, and then we'll talk about who we want to see as like surprise, like if we feel like there's any big returns or surprises or anything. That
I'm
Dustin
saying Cena.
You're saying Cena as well.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm saying Cena as well. Pluggo. I said, Kimmy, you pay attention when I talk, Kimmy. I said afterwards, I was just kidding around. We love you, Jesus. God, how do you take over the show from the fucking chat? Unbelievable.
It's Kimmy.
Unbelievable.
It's Kimmy, dude.
I know, but geez, Louise, she knows.
That's how she
Pluggo?
does it. She's Kimmy.
I know.
She's
I know.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
Are
Okay,
you
who do you think?
agreeing with all of
right,
us? Are you saying Cena? What are you doing?
Give me CM Punk.
Oh, you always
Just
go
'cause you all
CM
said
Punk.
Cena.
Seth Rollins eliminates him. Anyways,
You
So what do we-
don't know that.
Yeah.
It could
Okay, for
happen.
a surprise.
in my mind,
Yeah, what are
Do
we thinking? What are we thinking on the gentleman's side of NXT or return? What do we got?
Do we see a Biggie?
Oh God.
That's on my list.
maybe he eliminates
I
Kofi
would-
from the outside and doesn't officially enter.
Well, I was gonna say, I thought about this. I would hate to blow the Biggie return spot in the Rumble, where I think it needs to be centric to the New Day stuff. By the way, shout out to Xavier Woods' family for dunking on that mofo on
Tremendous.
Monday. That was awesome.
His sister.
Suck it, Xavier Woods. You guys are mean.
The one that was the person that was playing his sister, or was actually his sister. He whipped that shirt in his face and called him a bum.
Yeah.
Right to his
Justice
face.
for Big E.
You know what I love about this? The whole thing, right? Obviously, I love that even the detestable heels. Like we had that backstage segment with Braun Breaker and Ludwig Kaiser. Kaiser is like one of the most detestable, smug heels. He's great, but he's like a smug, detestable heel. And even him and Braun Breaker, when the New Day came around, were like, no.
Even Dominic, bro.
Dominic Mysterio, like those type of heels,
Dominic
like
Mysterio,
those
who
piece of
will be
shit
friends with anybody.
heels. Yeah, like those piece of shit heels are looking at the New Day and going, "What? No, dude, we're not cool with that, bro." Like I love that shit. That makes me laugh so much. I also want them to have a running. This has nothing to do with New Day anymore. I'm going everywhere. I want them to have a running bit on SmackDown for the next couple weeks that Miz keeps on trying to recruit people to be on his side for the Wyatt Sixes, and every time somebody commits, Nick Aldis pops up and says they're going to Raw.
The window closes this weekend, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it. Damn
It could happen. It could happen on Friday, though.
I wanted that to go for like a month just to tease the Miz. that would be hilarious. We have someone in the chat saying Aleister Black this weekend.
His contract isn't up till February or March.
Okay. There we go. NXT, do we see an Oba Femi maybe? NXT heavyweight champion Oba Femi getting
I think Trick is more likely.
Trick is I think Trick is definitely one. I would also love to see Ethan Page. Yes.
Ethan Page, or
I think you have two max from NXT.
Yeah. I think Trick Williams is a definite. I would lean that Ethan Page should be a close definite.
Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes would be really fun.
That would be a nice little stare down in the Rumble, or a nice little call back there. Absolutely. And I think Ethan Page could have that spot in the Rumble where he just gets like everyone's finisher or beat up, and it's hilarious because he's Ethan Page and he'll make it work and it'll be perfect and wonderful.
So Collins is gonna Collins, you're gonna roll your eyes at this, but I saw a theory online which I thought was crazy, but I think would also be hilarious. You know how The Rock is the TKO on the TKO board of directors, and he has control. I saw somebody throw out a thing that he's gonna create a 31st spot and then enter.
No,
I have seen that. I have seen that.
I'm here for that. I am here for that.
So am I.
The final boss spot.
No.
He'll dub it
31 man.
It'll be sponsored by his tequila.
Yeah. Honestly,
my
I would love that
God.
so much.
You would love that. You would be
because he's not winning. Yeah.
You would be hearing me scream.
I know, that's why I said that.
From
that's why
here,
I said you will not like it.
My TV would suddenly break. No.
So we mentioned Randy Orton earlier.
I don't think
Do-
he enters the Rumble. No.
Do we okay, so we think if we don't see him during the ladder match, we don't see him at all.
No, correct.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. Sean Spears at number 10. That would be fun. That'd be a fun callback.
Give me Jeff Hardy and Cena.
Jeff Hardy would be great. Jeff Hardy
I
would
want
be
that
great.
face off.
Yes.
I want Joe Hendry, and I also want. Honestly, the only ones I really want are Jeff Hardy and Wade Barrett. The rest, you can do whatever.
I would love a Jeff Hardy and CM Punk.
Oh, I want that so bad.
Let's go, baby. You give me a moment where they look at each other, and I'm just like, oh.
So if
I'll
we
be
get
like,
a Wade
my
Barrett,
God,
do we
look at
get a Corey Graves?
Potential. Do we get maybe all three with maybe a Pat McAfee as well?
I think the spots are so limited. Oh my God, Pat was in last year's Rumble.
Yeah,
he did the spot where he just
Yeah,
got
I
Wade
think
Barrett.
you only get one announcer per. I think they have to do it because Cena is in the match. Like, if you're going to have any commentator this year, it has to be Wade Barrett because it's John Cena's last Rumble.
It
That's
needs
fair.
to be Michael Cole. I need Pat to get in there, Cole.
Are you a coal miner?
Get in there. Get it. No, I'm just Pat McAfee makes Michael Cole do some of the funniest shit, and I just
He's gonna
pop
eat.
like when he tried to dap up
Oh my God,
blanking on his name.
Travis Scott?
Yeah.
No,
Tra-
Quavo.
not Travis
Quavo.
Scott, it was this-
Quavo.
Quavo, yeah, Quavo, thank you.
Quavo.
And he's just like, yep, oh, and he's like all over the place with it. I just love that McAfee brings that side of Cole out. I think they're so much fun together. So I would love a moment where Pat did it last year, and then Pat's like, come on, Cole, get in there. You know you want to. And then his music hits, and he does the spot.
Yeah.
I think there's also a possibility, and I know people might boo it, but like Santino Marella is like the general manager of TNA. Like he could enter, I guess. But I think I think there would only be like one TNA spot in the men's. It should go to Joe Hendry. But I'm not saying it's not out of the realm of possibility for it to be Santino Marella.
What about Matt Cardona? Do we see Matt Cardona / Zack Ryder?
He is a free agent. Yeah,
he is, right? Friends
Yes,
with
he-
Cody, obviously, has the history there.
No longer the indie god. He is the
deathmatch king. Yeah.
Yeah. So we could see a Matt Cardona. I would love like if they teased the Zack Ryder theme at first, and then it turned into Matt Cardona, and it was Matt Cardona.
Oh, and he's like cut.
Yeah, and then it just
Like-
turns into the always ready or whatever the
Yeah,
fuck
yeah.
they have for him or whatever. Like, I think that could be cool because obviously you're gonna hear the already, and everyone's gonna be like, oh shit, and then he comes out and it's Matt Cardona. That'd be cool. Omos, Omos left Japan. I think he'll be in the Rumble.
Reported to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Shit.
So he's in it. So he could be a most. It depends on how they want to attack it. Somebody in the chat said him and Obafemi. They thought maybe if they were in the Rumble together, could have their a big face off, and then you can maybe build to something there. Yeah, and Cardona will also be at WrestleCon Indy this weekend as well, so he's in the area. So that would be
we might be
good.
there. You never know.
Yeah. So we're gonna try to be there as well. So
you never know. We might
listen.
be everywhere.
I will not be there. I'll be
I
at
know.
Chamber.
Yeah, Chamber's gonna be fun. Chamber's gonna be fun.
Toronto's not that far from you.
No,
right?
2 hours.
right up the road. Right up the road. I did know, and it is free to get in. It is free to get into WrestleCon. So that is crazy. That is crazy. But all right. So the three of us are picking Cena. You're picking Punk. Oh my God. Any other big surprises or big things that happen in the Rumble? I know you said you had a lot of things, much more for the women, Ella. But do you have any like who eliminates Roman?
Well, I said that earlier.
You said Drew.
Yeah. I said Drew eliminates Roman, Punk eliminates Drew, Seth eliminates Punk.
Man, you think they do the Punk Drew? Well, Drew did acknowledge Punk in his promo.
And Drew like injured Punk last year, so of course, like Punk's gonna get his revenge. Well, I don't say of course, but
have we moved beyond the need for Brock Lesnar?
Yes,
I thought about that, but I didn't want to bring it up.
Somebody did mention it in the chat. I didn't get to it, and then another comment right below him was said Lesnar can stay away forever.
Here's the thing: 2020.
Rephrase your question. Have we moved on from the need of Brock Lesnar? Yes. Has the WWE moved on?
That's what I mean. We, as in the WWE, everybody, because I think that would be a good pop. Especially if Paul Heyman is going to be there with Roman. Because I do have to say the 2020 Rumble is my favorite.
It's a great
Rumble of all time. I
Great.
love how they set up everything with Brock just going
Mhm.
through each and every person, and we saw the Keith Lees, and we saw the Shelton, turn. We saw the ganging up on people, and then Drew eventually throwing him out. Would love a call back to that spot, but
I don't. That would be, unless you have all your big guys, big names in the second half. That would be tough to do.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I don't know. The pop would be big.
It would be
But
big.
It's I don't know. I know personally I don't need it.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like he served his purpose. Kind of thing. And if he if he were to come back, like what is he going to do that we haven't already seen?
Like, and what would his Mania thing even? I mean, they've been teasing like Gunther and Brock.
Right, if we're not gonna,
that would be the one probably.
That would be, but then that would mean he would
like the $15 million you'd pay him for the spot, right?
Yeah, no,
that is a lot of money.
His asking price is steep.
If he does return, there's no. I mean, I shouldn't say there's no chance, but there's a high chance he would be facing Gunther. Gunther at Mania, which means he either wins Rumble or Chamber. Yes.
Yeah. It would, if he returned, it would have the vibe of Ronda Rousey that year that she returned at like 28.
Well,
Brock
also won that year.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that would be the exact same thing.
That's
and it'd be like,
JPJ's
okay, well,
favorite Rumble
what
year.
did I unravel here?
Yeah.
Do you think,
it's an honest question to ask. His name is still always floated.
Do you think
Shane? I don't think that he's even allowed in the building.
No, Vince.
He met with the Young Bucks.
New regime.
There is a new regime.
He met with the Young Bucks.
Strings for the Death Riders.
It's true. We're still waiting for that reveal. Speaking of, I know we're talking Rumble. Am I supposed to believe that all of the Death Riders were needed to beat Jeff Jarrett's old ass tonight?
Yeah.
I'm supposed to believe that. Okay. Just wanted to ask. Anyway, I digress.
I'm so annoyed. I don't even want to talk.
No, I'm not anti Jeff Jarrett. I don't mind the MJF stuff. I'm fine with it. I'm not the Death Rider.
I love Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah, Claudio should.
They're murderers.
No,
these guys murder people.
Eating.
They're kidnappers.
All the Death Riders to beat Jeff Jarrett. Are you shitting me?
Apparently.
57-year-old Jeff Jarrett.
Apparently.
What are we talking about?
I'm glad I missed.
What are we talking about?
I'm so sick of MJF interrupting Jeff Jarrett. Like, I don't.
I'm just sick of MJF. Period. Sorry.
Wow. I feel like he needs to be thrusted into the
Go away, and come back. I don't know. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's fine. I mean, we really talked about the Rumble. I mean, we could transition to that for a smidge before we get out of here, but
him and Jericho can go on their cruise and leave. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't want to. I'm also mad.
Real tan.
I'm just really mad that women are still not given, I don't know, more than 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
More than one match.
More than one match. Oh.
That's my cat.
Ghost?
He drop kicks the door open. My cat. It's true.
I was about to scream.
Oh, come on. Here he comes. He's going to hop right up here. Here he comes. Ready?
It's John Cena.
Here he comes. Ready for it?
It's going to ruin the whole show.
Boom, baby.
Oh,
hey, man. That's Lou. That's Lou.
He said it's late.
Hi, Lou.
It's like, it's late. You're usually not doing this late. He's like, can I have pets now? And I'm like, yes, it's okay. Yeah. You can lay down here. Yeah,
I would die for Lou.
Right. He's the star of the show. Whenever he comes in, it's game over. Yeah. I they had the women main event tonight, which was cool. That was cool to see. But again, it was the only women's match on the show. I know they had the long promo segment with Mariah May, but it's not enough. It's
not enough.
It's not enough. It's not enough. The Death Rider stuff is just still...
I felt that that first segment went the post-match beatdown, like you were fine. You could have cut off when Don Callis was stomping at Kenny Omega. Then they did the extra 2 minutes and them beating them down and then Will covering. That could have been 2 minutes for something else. You could have stopped at Don Callis stomping away at Kenny. It felt like they just dragged it
What
out.
were
for
they?
some reason.
What were they covering? Was someone in the bathroom? That's how it felt. Is like it. Did the sound guy miss their cue?
I don't know.
It was very
I
bizarre.
don't know.
It was very
It's
bizarre.
weird.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Saying
Anyway.
that Tony Khan is in the weeds now with booking. No, just because your football team lost. Sorry.
They're going through a lot. They had to fire their general manager and they're get a new head coach, and it's you know.
Well, you know what, Tony
watched
Khan.
that Liam Cohen Duval
that was-
video about 100 times.
Yeah,
It
it's
makes
rough.
me laugh
It's rough.
every time.
Listen, you know what Tony Khan could do? He could DM me and say, "Hey, I need someone to take over Ring of Honor. Here's $150,000 a
wait,
year."
Are you officially taking over the I should take over Ring of Honor mantle from Kimmy now that
Yes.
she's retired?
Yes,
Okay.
because I would do a far better job.
Then Kimmy or
Then
Tony
Kimmy
Khan?
or then Tony?
Both.
Wow, heel.
Boom.
What a
Let's
heel.
go.
Yeah, Kimmy. You know why?
Roasted.
Because I don't retire. I don't quit this.
It's just one of the. It's
I
weird.
admire her for retiring at what 23.
23.
Gotta
I mean, come on.
respect
Wouldn't that be the dream of
Yeah.
everybody? Imagine,
Quit while you're ahead, but you know,
Yeah.
dedication
Page
to the
out of
craft
Kelly
here,
Kelly's
man.
playbook.
Amen.
right?
Amen to that.
My thing is like AEW does such weird stuff that's annoying, but then they put a segment on like that Tony Storm segment on Collision. And it's like, how can you
know.
create this masterpiece of this? But then 70%
That's
of
because
the
it's
rest
Tony
of the show.
Storm.
Yeah.
Tony Storm.
Yeah, it's
Period.
true. And Tony Storm, whoever's involved. Yeah, I get. But it's
Knowing
like,
knowing who writes
But
for
you
which
have to
segment.
you have to put
Yeah,
stuff
RGC,
on
yeah.
Collision to get people to watch Collision. You can't.
that's
just
fine. But how
default.
can you make a segment of that type of quality? And then a lot of the other show is just nowhere near it. It's
I just want to know
bizarre me.
how did we go from women having death matches and street fights where there was blood and all the things, and now it's nothing to no one.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing to no one. You have a
'Cause
gauntlet
let's
match
be
that
honest,
isn't
it
even 10
wasn't
minutes.
That much back then either. They just had really awesome. Like it took a lot to get to even that point.
You have that's also the thing. If you have a gauntlet match and it didn't even last 10 minutes, what was it, 10 minutes and some change
Again,
or something?
that first segment last week.
Yeah.
Went
Yeah.
5 like, and that's the dog count. That
That's it.
felt 5 minutes too long to me. That's 5 minutes you
Yeah.
could have allocated to the women's gauntlet.
Yeah, that well, and also that on that show as well.
I
on
know
that-
they had changes.
No, well, no,
you
but
know,
not even
'cause
that.
the flight
No, not even that.
delays.
On that show
Well,
as well,
here's
the
your
MJF
thing.
Jarrett promo was longer than the gauntlet match as well. That
True.
friggin' terrible promo where they got when Jarrett started saying,
I
that was
know.
the longest segment on the
And
whole
then-
fucking show.
I thought the
Who's like
opening-
you're yelling? I'm getting
All
outta
your
here.
Chris
I'm done
Jericho
with this shit.
bullshit.
At least
Yeah.
his shit is actually like a
I don't
minute.
even-
No, it's not. The New York Minute is not a minute. I timed it last week. It was like 3.5.
Tonight it was a good 3.5. Yeah, it was a
Oh,
good
really?
3 minutes.
You know
tonight.
what? They say a New York minute is shorter than an actual minute. Chris Jericho's is longer.
Not in Jericho world.
He doesn't know
Oh, sure.
time.
If
He
I've
doesn't know
learned anything
anything
from the learning tree, a minute Jericho time is 7.
Well, this is not dog years. This is
Ridiculous.
Jericho years. So
Ridiculous. All right, well. Oh.
no thanks.
I've also
We
learned
can't
that
end.
Adam
We can't
Cope
end on a
is
negative
corny.
note.
No, and it's not a negative. Like it's
No, I know.
fine. It's just
I
like one of
know.
those things where it's like I don't know what's going on over there.
I know.
I don't know what's going on over
But
there. I still love
We
it. I
don't
still
even know
watch
what
it.
time the thing is actually airing because
No.
the NBA All Star
Like, you go into Australia in this big event. You have Tony Storm going for the
2:30
title
in the
against
morning.
Mariah May. You got
Which
a
she's
big
gonna
tag.
win.
Yes. You got a big tag match with Kenny and Will against Takeshita and Fletcher. It's going to rule. You're making all these other matches and things like that. They're recording it, and they're not going to. We don't know.
I don't mind the tape delay.
I don't
Just
mind
we
either.
we
Yeah.
don't even know what time it's gonna air.
Exactly. We don't know what time it's going to air. And I was
Am I
talking
supposed to watch
the NBA All-Star game. You're supposed to
football?
watch the slam. No, it's
Baseball?
It's like the slam
basketball.
dunk.
Wait,
You're going to watch the
question.
3-point shootout in the slam dunk
Question.
competition, and it's going to go right into that.
Couldn't, but,
supposed to watch
they
them?
also could just stream it on Max.
I
You
agree.
They
At
are.
regular
It works
time?
on
They
Max.
are. The thing is
But I'm saying
I
you
think
could just
I
do it live on Max.
Yeah, but they already announced like TNT, so I think they're simulcasting. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's stupid to stream it on Max and then air it again on TNT at like 11 p.m. I don't know.
Josh, our
Well-
pal Josh Robinson, who lives in Australia, he said that they're obviously doing a tape delay, and then they're not going to show it for 16 hours
Well,
to
yeah.
the Australian people after, which he's like, that's
Oh,
crazy.
Oh, because if they're
interesting.
Because they're
they-
tape delaying it for us, which is
Mhm.
tape delaying it because they're in the future. It's tomorrow. then.
Yeah.
my brain
They're in
just
the future.
broke. Thank you for breaking my brain.
Yeah. So they are
Where we're
what?
going, we don't need
I
roads.
don't think it's airing till 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time that
So,
Saturday night
all right,
here.
here's the
I
thing.
think.
I've been watching basketball my
Okay.
whole life. Okay.
Okay. How
Because
long's
Scott
that
in the
all
chat,
shit?
Scott in the chat said 10:30 p.m. That is
Okay.
when on the guide
Mhm.
it says that the NBA Stars Saturday night is going to. I've been watching that night every year since I was a child. That shit has never ended on the fucking time it's supposed to ever in my life.
So what does
Not
it go
once,
to normally?
not
then?
as long as they fucking want.
So
Okay.
I guess I'm not watching it till Sunday then.
As
is
long
what
there's a
you're
chance
telling
that
me.
that 10:30 is 11:30.
Okay.
Here's the thing.
There's no time frame.
They also need to hire me because while I do have time blindness, I have a stopwatch, and I will be stop.
You're
you guys-
also still gonna be awake when this airs
Stop.
because you're 3 hours behind.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that is
Isn't
true.
that
You have an
nice?
advantage to us.
yeah, because everything starts so early here. Ugh.
I don't
Yeah.
Like
own a
driving in
stopwatch
my
'cause
car
phone
with it.
has, like, my phone has one on it, so I don't need a stopwatch.
Listen, I'm gonna be hello. You got 10 minutes. Come on. Oh god.
Oh, what a
Well, the
time.
reason last week's opening segment took 35 minutes is because their merch tables were so sparse that they had to walk 2.5 miles.
No,
to get
like
to the next
that went
table
5
spot.
minutes too long.
very long.
Like I don't.
You needed to
It's
do
so
the
bad.
spot, like the spots off the things. Okay, cool. You needed to do the merch spot. You needed to do some backstage brawling. Why did it take 30 minutes?
I thought I was the only one who felt that way.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I cry the moment that Kenny Omega's music hits. There's tears streaming down my face. It is
I think
euphoric to
JPJ fell
me.
asleep.
No, I'm here.
hearing us
Sorry,
talking
no,
about it.
I'm here. I'm here.
kidding.
No.
But but you're not wrong. It's very, like, apparent when a women's gauntlet match takes 10 minutes and a men's gauntlet match the week before was like the whole hour of
The
show.
whole hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very
And it's
clear that there's a
everybody.
disconnect. Yeah.
We had 7 people in that women's.
You-
gauntlet.
Yeah, 7.
And the men's
That's
gauntlet, freaking Lance Archer came out
Yeah.
with his stupid ass tattoos.
Cody? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, I'm kidding.
Listen, I love Lance Archer. I miss
Yeah.
the TNA Lance Hoyt and his tramp stamp. It was my favorite part about him. Really sad that he got rid of his little tramp stamp. I can't ever take him seriously as a wrestler at this late stage of my
But he's the
wrestling.
murder hawk.
Yes. The murder hawk.
Okay.
The murder hawk.
Yeah.
Do you know where he's taken seriously?
like-
New Japan.
Is he like a hawk that murders, or does his mohawk murder? Like, what are we talking about?
His only memorable matches are against John Moxley.
Marco Stunt in your face, lawyered. Boom.
I forgot that Marco Stunt existed.
Wow.
Don't say that. To
Whoa,
Pluggo.
Pluggo.
Whoa! You've been doing
Yeah.
so good on your first time here. Don't ruin it.
Wow.
You're never getting.
I
it.
love Marco Stunt. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes I just forget that he was.
Just stop there. I love Marco Stunt. Pause. Full stop.
Okay. Sometimes I forget about Luchasaurus, but I don't forget about him because
He's
was
been
mean
injured.
to me.
He's still
Yeah, he's
injured.
yeah.
He's
Oh,
mean. He was mean to me at
Wow.
a con. He was
Sorry.
mean to me.
Like legitimately mean.
Call him old
Yeah.
or something.
Wow.
I didn't say anything. I wanted to buy his merch.
And he was mean.
He was mean to me.
He's
And so I
like,
said,
"Wow."
"Fine. I don't.
don't
if
I don't
you
need your
wanna give me
merch."
the
I would've said
time
like,
and I don't.
yeah.
Exactly. That's what I said. I was
He thinks
like,
they're a fucking
dude,
dinosaur. And I would
Right,
have walked
if-
away. That's what I would have said.
because like in a con, like there's lots of people there, and I was like, oh, I have a card. He goes, ugh. I'm like, okay,
You inconvenienced him.
I'm sorry. People are going to bring cards in here. I'm not going to always bring cash. I want to take a picture with you. You said picture is this much money and I would like a merch. And he gave me so much grief. And I said, fine, I don't need to buy your merch. And he's like, fine. Okay, be rude. I don't get
Wow.
Sorry, that's my beef. That's my beef with Luchasaurus.
Okay.
Is that he was mean to me one time.
It's okay. Bully Ray called me fat
Well,
once.
guess what? We got beef with Luchasaurus. Then.
I was
hey,
yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I was a young whippersnapper in my teenage high school years, and WWE did a house show at a small venue near where I live, and I had front row seats somehow. My buddy got front row seats, and that was when the Dudleys were bad guys.
Oh.
And Bubba Ray got clotheslined over the top rope and kind of like did that spot where they go back to the barricade, and, you know, whatever. And he hit me. And so when he hit me, me and the people next, we kind of stood up because he's like slammed into the barricade.
Yeah.
And when I stood up, he was right in front of me and he turned around and he said, "Sit down, fat boy." And I just went, "Yes, sir." And I sat right there. And I said it loud enough so that it got her popped. And
it was from that day forward, JPJ vowed to never take shit from anyone.
That was it. That was it. He just screamed it. Sit down, fat boy. And I went, "Yes, sir." And I sat right down. And the crowd did like a laugh pump, and that was it.
MJF called me a woo girl, and I thought that was, a woo girl, and I thought that was the worst thing I've ever been called. But I would be mortified if that was me.
Yeah, I've said this story on air here, but I went to the original All Out in Chicago before it was AEW, and MJF was not the MJF of stature that he is now, but he was still, he was the, one of the newer up and comers there. There was an after party. And we were chilling. We were in the VIP section, and the bar was directly across the room. So we see MJF. Oh. We see MJF walk to the bar, and then he turns around and he has a drink in his hand, and he's walking directly towards us. And it's me and my two roommates at the time. And he makes, when he's about 15 strides away from my roommate Doug, he makes eye contact with Doug. And me and my other roommates see it. He makes eye contact with Doug. Doug smiles. MJF smiles. Then MJF puts the hand that doesn't have the drink in it up for a high five. So Doug reacts accordingly, puts his hand up for the high five, and in one solid motion, never looked back. MJF knocked Doug's hat off and just kept walking.
Oh, I thought you were about to say like Doug's drink. Okay.
No. He
just his hat.
He just knocked his hat off and he never looked back. He just kept walking.
MJF didn't have $7 Long Island money back then.
And that was it. And he just did it all in one stride. And me and my other roommate were laughing hysterically at Doug as he had to pick up his hat off the floor. But that was it. That was my MJF moment.
He couldn't afford to be knocking drinks out of people's hats.
Not then. Not that MJF. Not that MJF. Now
he's
got over. He'd buy drinks for everybody. But back then he couldn't have repaid for that drink. He probably could have, but But that was my MJF story, all in one stride.
I love it.
Just knocked the hat right off.
I love it.
Yeah, but anyway, all right. Well, that was a positive story time.
Yeah,
story time's a good way to end. All right.
One time, Kurt Angle said that LJ was a really great interviewer.
Yes. Factual, very factual as well.
Greatest moment of my life.
Speaking of Kurt Angle,
I have that shirt.
I'm wearing this shirt. I'm wearing a Kurt Angle shirt.
I have that shirt.
Yeah, love Kurt Angle.
Scott said Doug is currently in counseling.
Doug is currently in counseling.
I should laugh at something like that.
That's Quizplex
at this hour of the night.
Doug has been on Quizplex and won the damn thing. But that is true. That is true. But anyway,
that's Kurt Angle right there.
Oh yeah, love Kurt Angle. I saw a clip of a recent interview with him where he talked about his 2003 Royal Rumble match with, I was there live for that. That was in Boston. It is still to this day the best wrestling match I've ever seen live.
That's the thing that I hate is that's literally one of the best wrestling matches of all time.
It is still to this day the best match I've ever seen live. And that's the first time I remember him talking about it, like in a long, like maybe ever in a long, because you couldn't. And I get why not. We don't have to, but like I heard him talking about it, and I was like, dude, I was there. Like that shit was wild. How good that match was. And it just made me obviously think about it. And I was just like, damn. But anyway, I digress. Royal Rumble, My favorite of the events. My favorite PLE of the year. I know for a lot of us it is. And I think this one is going to be a real good one. I think we're going to get some cool surprises, maybe a few I think we're just going to see a bunch of cool shit. I'm very much looking forward to it. Thank you two for joining us on this first ever and maybe one of one live Wednesday night beards.
Well, do you ever want to see the combo of me and Ella J again?
Of course.
I'll see you Thanksgiving.
You should do it again on Wednesday.
Yeah. All right.
Ella's
That's
like
fair. That'll work.
Ella's like that third cousin. You only see her on Thanksgiving, and
It's true.
and then you do the yeah, we'll hang out. Totally, I'll call you. We'll do something.
You know, we
over
should get
spring.
together more
And then
often
I
than
don't-
just
yeah,
holidays.
If you do it on
Yeah,
Wednesdays,
Thanksgiving.
absolutely, then we'll hang out.
You know,
If not,
you know,
I'll see you at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, those conversations you have with everybody. Oh, we got to get together more often, and then you just fucking never do ever, every year. Anyway, I
I
digress.
didn't know that that's a thing.
Wait, that's not a thing?
I don't know. No one ever tells me that. They always say when they hang out with me, they actually hang out with me. So
It's fair. All right, well, maybe I'm a piece of shit. I guess I'm a piece of shit.
I just don't know that many people
I'm just kidding. I'm just
in real life. I don't know.
Auntie Collins, why don't we start with you?
People
We'll go
hang out
around.
with
We'll
me.
go around.
I know like 3 people in real life. All my friends are on the internet. What do you think? So, hey, hi, I'm Auntie Collins. If you want to follow me, I have a show basically every single day of the week except Tuesdays and Wednesdays. On Thursdays, I'm over at our local establishment where we do a Ring of Honor post show. It is a lot of fun. It's called Honor Ramble. On Fridays on my own channel, I do Collins on the Rocks Happy Hour, where I get to chat with whoever I want to. We get to have some libations. We get to play some drinking games, and I get to get real deep and intimate with them. So you'll want to check that out. Saturdays, I am with Jose, who was in the chat, for a RuPaul's Drag Race post show called the Mother Tucking Post Show. So if you want to learn more things like fish, you might want to stop in, even if you don't like Drag Race. We've been shredding apart their runway looks, and it's my favorite thing to do. That is also over on our local establishment. And then over on Fightful Overbooked, I have a show on Sundays with Kylie talking about how wrestling made us cry. We mostly talk about Kenny Omega right now because that's the constant every single week. And then Mondays, I'm back on our local establishment talking about women's classic wrestling, because if you like women's wrestling and you think women's wrestling matters, you should come hang out. So yeah, if you want to know when I'm going live, follow me on all my social medias _queer auntie. Gosh,
it's a lot. I know, right?
It's a lot. I'm
It's a
busy.
lot.
Yeah,
You
that's
want to
good.
know when I'm going live? Just turn your computer on. You're everywhere. Everywhere.
Listen, I'll do a
Why
live
do that
stream of
when
me
you have a phone?
sleeping. I know. I'll do a
Just turn
live
on your
stream of me
phone.
sleeping. You guys can see how I just
There
look
are
like-
people that would probably pay for that. I'm not lying.
My husband says I'm like the glowworm. You know the little toy where they go like this and they have a little hat.
Yeah.
That's just how I sleep. Is like this.
Wow.
So
Like you're all the, you know.
I
no
don't
offense, but
move. I'm just a rock.
Vampires.
Yep.
sleep that way too.
Yep.
That's how they sleep.
Anyway,
No, it's great.
How about you?
Ella J.
You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Blue Sky at It's Ella J. I have an interview with Lena Cross dropping tomorrow. I will also be on the OLE Royal Rumble post show. So after the Royal Rumble, catch me out. Check me out there
Outside.
for live reactions. Yeah, catch me outside.
Catch
How
me
about
outside.
that? How about that? On the streets of Indy. Just kidding. I will not be there. But yeah, I'll be doing a review and our thoughts after the craziness of the Royal Rumble on our local establishment, and that's it.
Love it. Love it. Plug up.
Oh, my turn, huh? Well, you can find
Want
me
me
at
to go?
PLUGGO on all social media platforms. That's where you find me. You can find JPJ and I at B2Beards on all social media. Knowing what we got going, we got a lot of stuff dropping this weekend. We will be at the Royal Rumble. We'll start tomorrow. We got a lot of fun stuff dropping there. Saturday morning, 10 a.m. We're dropping an interview on For Exposure with the boys from Dynasty, Mikey Truth and Jackson Roy. Super fun. Check that out. You can find my LPW Cool Beans preview as soon as I finish writing it up on lovewrestling.ca. And my top 5 favorite things are up there right now as well. Wonder what's going to make the top 5 this weekend.
I don't know. The Rumble,
Spoiler
maybe?
alert, probably a lot of Rumble stuff, I would imagine.
I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can find me, JPJ Loves Gaming, on all social media platforms, over on Twitch as well. We play video games. I'm usually streaming 3, 4, 5 times a week over there. Monday, Tuesdays, and Fridays. We also have been doing watch-alongs for the WWE stuff over there on that channel. I usually invite some friends along if they're available. Not so much of like the, the reaction stuff you kind of see. It's more of a chill. We're just going to hang out and talk about wrestling and make fun of each other and kind of that vibe. So if you're chilling, watching some wrestling, NXT, Raw, and SmackDown, come on by. We have a good time there. Over here, where you can find me and PLUGGO. I know it's Thursday morning right now, but where you can find us every Thursday, 8 p.m., like he said. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays, 10 a.m., right here on Love Wrestling with Drew Nicholas. We talk about WWE on Firmly WWE on Tuesdays, and we talk about AEW on Thursdays for Firmly AEW. Want to do a shout out to my man Dan Brown, friend of us here at the Beards. He is filling in for me tomorrow, as I will be traveling to Indy to see this big lug over here and have some fun for the Rumble this week. So that's where you can find me and all of us this weekend, Friday night, LPW 33. Cool beans. The card is fucking stacked. It's going to be incredible. It's our first event of the year. We take December off, so this is our first event in a few months. It's going to be a good one. Make sure you check it out. The best independent wrestling that Canada has to offer every month and every last Friday here on IWTV at Love Wrestling. So go check that shit out this weekend too. There's a lot of good wrestling happening this weekend, not just the Royal Rumble, and LPW 33 is here to kick it off for you on Friday night. So make sure you check that out. But for everybody, again, thank you too for joining us. You're welcome on here as often as you guys want to be here. And everybody in the chat, thank you for all the comments and questions and stuff like that. Yeah, as long as it's on a Wednesday, yeah. Everybody have a good rest of your weekend. Enjoy the Royal Rumble this week. And we'll be back next week to talk about it all with you guys. Thanks to everybody. You guys know the drill. Say hi to Sue. Peace out.
Hi, Sue.
Hey there, PLUGGO and JPJ. It's Trent's mom, Sue. And I have a bone to pick with you. So, I understand that you guys are being real idiots and spending your entire monthly budget. You've got to be kidding me. This is not the way to be when you're trying to run a business. Your boss, Spencer, is really pissed off at you. I'm pissed off at you. You have some nerve. Get a grip. You have to control yourself. You can't just go out and spend all the money that you're making, you two beards guys. Oh no, this is coming out so stupid. Anyway, behave yourselves, or I'm going to cut you off from watching AEW. You're no longer going to get to know, be able to meet my son. What? Or me. I'm sorry, this is like, I don't know. Anyway, thanks so much for being fans.